right, all right, all right. Yes, sir. All right, I was just rushing real quick. I'm looking to grab some cash for Andrea. She's about to hang out with her people. Got that. Goes to show you always keep some cash hidden. Shout out to you guys in here today. The magic number for today on this live stream is 770 million. 770 million. We're going to be talking about when it comes to why foreigners, well, especially Americans, don't travel, why we don't use our vacation time. Why is it that Americans are so stressed out? You talk about the passport bros so bad for traveling, but yet and still, America is one of the most stressed countries in the world when it comes to work-life balance. There is none. America is the only developed country in the world that does not have guaranteed paid FMLA. I remember I said that on another live stream, and some guys sat back and thought I was just talking about FMLA in general. We have FMLA for medical, but we do not have guaranteed federal, by law, paid FMLA. We are the only country that doesn't have that. We are the only country that does not have the amount of vacation time that we should have, but we have 10 days to where other countries have 5, 6, 7 weeks of vacation time. There are countries such as France that shut down the whole country, except for a few stores, for the month of August. Portugal also does that quite a bit as well. They shut down quite a bit of their stores, of their businesses, even their federal offices during the month of August. And yet in the United States, when we are considered the most developed and we're supposed to have the most money, why is it that, once again, the number for tonight, 770 million vacation days are not used annually by Americans? That means that the average American put all of our vacation days together under one umbrella. We leave on the table, kid you not, 65 to 70 billion dollars in vacation time on the table, paid vacation time. So we're going to talk about how important it is to take vacations. We're going to be talking to 2 groups today, really 3. But the first group are those of you who really don't travel, who have criticized the passport bros and the passport sisters for traveling the world the way that we do. You have something smart to say about every move that we make. No matter where we go, it's not good enough for you. And at the end of the day, we're going to continue to tell you, we don't care. We don't give a dang what y'all think about us. We're going to still do what we do. We could care less about what y'all think about us in Europe, in the United States, in Canada. If you aren't using your passports, we could care less about what you have to say about those of us that do use our passports. But I'm still talking to you about taking advantage of your vacation time. We're going to talk about 10 reasons why you should take a vacation. Americans leaving 770 million days, not hours, not vacation hours, days, 770 million on an annual basis. Vacation days are left on the table to be wiped away forever in the United States. So we're going to talk about some of the reasons why it's so important for you to take a vacation. I just finished dropping off a brother at the airport yesterday. This brother, shout out to him, my man Top Dog. Top Dog came down here from DC. He'll do this quite often. He'll come down here just for a 3 or 4 day, 5 day getaway and shoot right back to DC. Why? There are several things that we're going to talk about tonight. Why guys like Top Dog go on these mini vacations and why it's so important for individuals to go on those. It's a shame. It's a shame. When I looked those stats up, I couldn't believe it. So we're going to watch some videos that's going to tell us why most Americans, news headlines, why most Americans are not taking advantage of vacation. Yes, I said most Americans. 54% of Americans leave vacation days on the table every year. The higher up you are, it goes up as high as 57% if you're in upper management or if you're running your own business. Many of us who are considered expats or digital nomads, we don't even take vacation days like we should take them, and we're traveling to other countries. And yet many of you are still working while you're on vacation. And there's nothing wrong with these things except the vacation is not benefiting you as much as it should. So we're going to talk about some of the benefits that the Passport Bros have proven. Passport Bros have warned Americans and Europeans and Canadians about these 10 things. If you don't start taking a vacation, what'll happen to you? Shout out to the Passport Bros, your Blue Book gentlemen, the Passport Kings, the Passport Cartel out there, the Enlightened Men. Shout out to all you guys out there in the Facebook groups, man. I see what you're doing. All you truck drivers, I got your back. You third shifters and late overtime second shifters, I got your back on this Friday night, guys. Hold tight. We got a good one tonight. Shout out to you guys. Let's get ready to get started. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get started with these two super chats. First of all, let's scroll up. We got my man Timothy Bright in the building. He said Cologne is 20. He said the Cologne 212. Yeah, the 212 is a beast. $62 on Amazon. I know exactly what cologne he's talking about. My cologne for the night is Halloween Man. Halloween Man by I forget the name of the brand that makes Halloween Man. Come on, Dre. Oh, this is Halloween Man X. Dude, if you want a nice cologne that smells like coffee, Halloween Man is probably the most coffee. I've got a few colognes that smell like coffee, but not like Halloween Man. It is a really, really good scent, but it's a niche scent. It's not something that you're going to wear every day, but you're just in the mood. I haven't worn this one. It's got to be 3 months. Yeah, it's been 3 months, but it's a really good scent, man. So if you guys get a chance, it's very inexpensive. It's less than $50 for Halloween Man. But that's the Halloween Man. Oh, it's Halloween Man is the brand, and this is Halloween Man X. My bad, guys. So Halloween Man is the brand, and up top you can see kind of like the writing of Halloween. Halloween Man is the brand, and this one is Halloween Man X, and this is the one that smells like coffee, not any other one. But the X, you got to ask for the Halloween Man X. And they've got a few colognes out that are really good. But yeah, shout out to you, Timothy. That is a good one, man. That's a really, really good. That's a good sex scent. That's a good sex scent. It's one of those scents that you would basically be able to wear to bed, and it doesn't project too far. And it's good that if you're being intimate with somebody, you're not overpowering them as your body begins to sweat if you're doing it the right way. Shout out to you guys. I thought I saw Uriah had. There we go. Uriah in the building. Shout out to you. First person here in the building. Shout out to Uriah.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely.
Give yourselves a round of applause.
And, while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate.
Yes, sir.
Sexual Chocolate. They play so fine, don't you agree?
Yeah, we got a great topic tonight. Once again, this topic is the cost or the penalty of not taking vacation days. Some of you will say, man, I take all my vacation days. But you and I know that we all have experienced that there was a year or two that we gave some vacation days back. Or some of us are the type of guys that our company has to force us to take vacation days, because some of us are so used to either working on regular hours, let's be real, or we're trying to stack for our trips, so we're working overtime, or you're stacking to buy a new car or something for the family, and so we're so used to working overtime when the company says you have to take these vacation days, we're looking like, oh man, what? That should not be. The rest of the world is already accustomed to shutting themselves down for at least certain parts of the year to revitalize their bodies, their minds, getting themselves on track, and it makes their countries a lot more productive. And it would do the same thing for us in America in UK as well as Canada, but we don't value vacation time like we should. We don't see the benefits of it. So we're going to talk about that today. Once again, the passport bros and the passport sisters are absolutely correct when it comes to vacation, traveling, and relocating to other countries. Shout out once again to my man Uriah. And Uriah says, hit that like button. He said, on your way in, he said, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, share it. We got shout out to you guys on Facebook. Shout out to you guys that are watching from our other channel, Travel Unraveled. Shout out to you guys. If you haven't subscribed to our other channel, make sure you subscribe. He said, join the channel and support Black Male Media. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you, man, more than you realize. Right here, you guys will see at the top of the comment or the chat or the comment section, you'll see our today's sponsor, and that is the Passport Bros app. That's our sponsor for today.
Hey, Globetrotters! Are you ready to elevate your travel game and make every trip unforgettable? Get ready to revolutionize your adventures with Passport Bros app, your ticket to turning passion into profit. With Passport Bros, your travel videos and posts aren't just memories, they're money makers. Share your awe-inspiring experiences with the world and watch your bank account grow with every click. But wait, there's more. Connect with a vibrant community of fellow explorers, where camaraderie knows no borders. Exchange insider tips, forge lasting friendships, and create memories that last a lifetime. And that's not all. Gain access to exclusive discounts on accommodations, from cozy boutique hotels to luxurious resorts, ensuring you can travel in style without breaking the bank. So why settle for ordinary when you can experience the extraordinary? Join the Passport Bros app today and unlock a world of adventure, connection, and endless possibilities. Download the app now and let the journey of a lifetime begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
Shout out to you. Tonight is Friday night, drink in hand. Shout out to all you guys. Do not have me here drinking by myself, fellas. Got a little bit of vodka tonight. Just a little vodka that my brother brought me. Enjoying that this fine evening. Shout out to you. Let me know what you guys are drinking tonight. Still Friday night, drinks in hand. Yes, it is. Drinks in hand. Let me get this situated. There we go. All right. And so we're going to talk about the benefits when it comes to travel and that a lot of people don't realize. Shout out to my man Keaton in the building. Shout out to you, brother. He said, you do know I had to check in. Yes, sir, Keaton. Yes, you did, kind sir. And I appreciate you being here, just like my man LJ is in the building. Shout out to you as well. Another good one. Yes, we got one tomorrow morning as well. We got a great one in regards to when it comes to Medellin, Colombia, will the Colombians begin protesting on behalf of those that have gotten drugged and robbed in Colombia? Protesting on behalf of American citizens or foreigners. We're going to talk about that in general. You're going to get some details regarding that. Are or will Colombians protest on behalf of foreigners who have gotten drugs? Jose is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. He said, yo, my boy Ilux got out there and conquer the world. Oh, yeah, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. I'm glad that you made it in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a good time in Colombia. Yes, sir. He's gonna have a great time. You see, I meant Felix. Shout out to Felix. Shout out to Felix in the building. Yes, sir. Friday night, drink in hand. Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Timothy in the building, representing as well. And my man David, who's the member. Shout out to him. The family, good evening, everyone. Andre and Andrea, good evening to you too, David, as well as my man Don, a.k.a. the Don JP. It's not just any regular Don. It's Don JP in the building. We got my uncle in the building, them Detroit boys.
You better back the fuck up out my face.
face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Them Cleveland boys at it again, Mom. They're at it again. Shout out to Cleveland being in the building with my man for profit. Shout out to you guys in the building. Shout out to you. Them Cleveland boys at it again. My man Tony Antonio's in the building. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. He said, what up, chat? What up, Andre? He said, let's get down to business. That's right. We're about to get down to business in a second. I won't be taking too long because I want you guys to really sit back, enjoy your drinks, enjoy your time at work, whatever you're doing right now. And just, this is a day of just sitting back and just enjoying and celebrating who you are as a passport bro, passport sis. I am proud of everyone that has gotten their passports and are using their passports on a regular basis. I'm proud of us that are going on vacations to places that are new places, not just going to Grandma Irma's house or Grandma Bernice's house every year. We know where Bernice lives, right, Jeffrey? That doesn't mean every year you need to go there. I'm proud of all you guys that are just taking advantage of, overcoming the fear of not knowing another language, but you're still going to countries where you may not even know the language. I'm proud of us. And this is a moment where you guys get the chance to sit back and look at how other Americans are treating their vacation time. And you can say this with pride. That ain't me. This is going to be one of those moments for all you guys that use your passports. You looking at them like, yeah. But that ain't me. They give away 770 million days of vacation time. Is it that bad? Shout out to my man Black Empowerment in the building. Shout out to you, brother. And shout out to my man GJ in the building representing like always. Like always. Yes, sir. Chalupa's in the building just right. Mr. 71 himself. He said, Europeans get more vacation time. Yes, and live longer. We're going to talk about that. That's part of the top 10 list. I'm going to talk about the list real quick to let you guys know what we're going to talk about. Top 10 reasons why passport bros are right. We're not even going to talk about women. We're not going to talk about tax breaks. We're not going to talk about all the fun we have. We're just going to talk about some basic things that for those that don't take vacations, especially in the United States, this is the benefit, or this are the penalties if you don't take vacation time. For individuals that take vacations or travel the way that we do, we have one stress and anxiety reductions. We are less stressed. We already know America is not the most stressed out country in the world, but it is not the most peace-related country in the world. Even though we don't have wars on our own land, sometimes it feels like it. Number 2, improvement of brain function. I always say this, and I mean this. There's a spite for all of you that don't travel. I'm not talking about you go to Bahamas or you went on a couple cruises. That's cool. I did that too. I'm talking about real travel. See, us passport bros and blue book gentlemen and passport cartel and enlightened men, we know those little cute vacations, that's cute. You went to California and you live in New York, that's cute. Oh, you went to see the Grand Canyon, that's cute. Oh, you from Michigan and you went to Toronto, oh, that's cute. We travel for real. We put countries in stamps. We got so many tattoos on our passports. We're real travelers, whether you be in the military or out of the military. At the end of the day, we have found that you kick into your superpower or improve your brain function just through travel, because now all of a sudden you have to do something that you haven't done in a long time. Live life outside of what's called a comfort zone. Like I've said this before, your comfort zone is a prison that doesn't give you a release date. I want to say this again. Your comfort zones in the United States, that is nothing but a prison, take it from me, that has no release date. They do not tell you when you're going to get out of that prison. You are so locked in life being so comfortable and it's cool and I'm good and this and life and days are passing you by. And us passport bros, while you try to criticize us, you are in the prison of the comfort zone. Number 4 on the list number 3 on the list, better self-esteem. Man, I hear passport bros. I don't care if you agree with how dudes are using their passports, whether it be pay for play or whether it be adventures. I don't care if they're black or white. One thing you can say about most of us brothers that use passports, and including some of the ladies, we are some confident mofos. In the words of Shannon Sharp, mofos. You talking about some dudes that feel confident about themselves after you done went to 1 or 2 or 3 countries, and you looking at the rest of Americans like they're mere mortals, mere peasants. You come back from the airport, you walking through the airport like this. Mere mortals, small peasants. You went on a cruise. Isn't that nice, little one? I've just come back from 5 countries. This will be my 12th this year. You have a confidence, your self-esteem of being able to accomplish something that most Americans don't. Here's the kicker. Y'all ready? In 2009, there were only 4% of Americans that had passports. 4%. In 2024, over 54% of Americans have a passport. It will amaze you the small amount of Americans that use a passport. Oh, they got them. They don't use them. 2 major reasons. Americans really think we've been programmed to think that we can't go to other countries. Why you think these women call y'all dusty? They call us dusty because they actually think that we broke like they think they're broke. And they are broke, you know. Over 1/3 of Americans don't even have $400 in a bank account right now. Yes, you can line up 10 Americans right now in the grocery store. Just line them up. And at least 4 of them ain't even got $400 in the bank account. Probably more than that, depending on the demographics. But at the end of the day, and don't forget, we're going to watch a couple of videos in regards to the value and the importance of taking advantage of vacation time and relocation time. So we got self-esteem. Number 4, increase of physical activities. You notice this. You ain't never walked this much until you came to Colombia, parts of Europe. You walking your tail off in Thailand. You all in Africa walking. You getting physical activity. In the United States, what do? We jump in a car for everything. We leave one building in which we've been sitting down for 8 hours. Then we walk into a car where we're going to be sitting down. We're going to sit in there for about 45 minutes to an hour, driving on home to work. What do? Sit down on the couch when we get home. Americans are inactive. And you wonder why 70% of us are considered overweight or obese. Yes, we some fat mother. So at the end of the day, when you go to other countries, their infrastructures are made up for riding a bike. Yeah, driving cars, but they've got the train systems, subway systems that connect you from country to country, location to location. Man, it's one thing to look at UK and Europe from the States. But I'm going to tell you, all you dudes that plan on going to Europe and especially going to Germany in the next year or 2, I'm telling you, ain't nothing like experiencing going from country to country in about 15, 20 minutes. You like, we was just in, now we in. I love Europe. Bruh, am I lying? You guys that been to Europe, you could knock out, if you do it right, man, in a month, you could knock out about 20, 25 countries. Just riding the train. And it's so inexpensive and it's so simple to do. But we don't have that infrastructure set up in the United States. We're set up to only drive. And so we have to go to gyms to exercise. We have to purposely go out and walk in the United States. Our infrastructure is not set up like that. It's set up for vehicles. So number 4 was increase of physical activity. Number 5, strengthened relationships. United States is one of the biggest countries in the world. I give it to them. Boy, that Louisiana purchase, Well, for those of you that don't know the size of the Louisiana Purchase, is not the Louisiana. It was all of all of the Midwest, all that Wyoming, Dakotas, all that Minnesota, all that Oklahoma, that whole region from top all the way back down to Louisiana. That's the Louisiana Purchase. So just in case you guys wonder, what is the Louisiana Purchase? No, they purchased that from Napoleon because Napoleon needed that money for war. So Napoleon said, listen, United States, how about we sell y'all our part of that little landmass that y'all got over there? And so United States, well, how much do you got? We got all of the middle of your country is owned by us. And okay, well, we haven't conquered Texas yet. We haven't conquered California yet. How much you want for it, Napoleon? Napoleon said, I'll sell it to you pennies on the dollar. I got a war going on over here, and I need some chump change. And that's how we got the Louisiana Purchase. All of the middle part of the United States, dang near, all that is from Napoleon and Louisiana Purchase. In other words, United States is a huge country. Yet most of us still, even our own country, we don't visit it. 50% of Americans do not travel outside of familiar locations. Like you go down to visit your family in Alabama, you take your butt right back. You don't stop at any other state in between to visit some of those states that are in between. You can tell what the freeway looks like in that state. You can tell me what Louisiana or what Kentucky or what North Carolina looks like on the freeway. But as far as stopping in those cities, most Americans don't stop to really smell the roses of their own country. And so that's problematic when it comes to vacationing. And so therefore, no matter where you go in America, what are you going to see when it comes to development of relationships? Other Americans. From sea to shining sea, America is America is America. We might have different accents. We might have different looks, but America is still America. We all basically the same in America. But when you go to other countries, number 5, I said, was a developing relationship. You start to learn cultures that are outside the norm, languages that are outside the norm, foods, dances, sounds. As far as the instruments, you're like, man, I didn't know there was an instrument that was like that. All these things take place when you develop new relationships outside your home country. Number 6 is character development. One thing that we can say is passport bros and blue book gentlemen and passport cartel, passport kings, expats, digital nomads. We notice that we are becoming better people because of travel. You may have come to Colombia as a jerk. When you come to Colombia, you start to realize being a jerk don't work. You may have come to Colombia like I did and many other Americans, loud than a mother, because we are some loud people. But the more you're around in Brazil, in Colombia, in Ecuador, or let's not say Ecuador because they're going through some things right now, but in Argentina or Peru, you find yourself bringing your voice tone down. Don't take all that. You bring character development. You find yourself being somebody that's different and understanding that, okay, there's nothing wrong with change. In America, you road raging. As crazy as these people in South America drive, in Southeast Asia drive, and Europe drive, you notice that they don't road rage like we do. Oh, they'll have their moments. Yes, we can find some clips of Europeans acting the fool out there. But for the most part, Americans, we putting out that hot play out. We throwing hot balls. Because somebody pulled into our parking spot. Stressed out because we're not taking advantage of days that helps us relieve stress, which are vacation days. So yes, character development. You'll find yourself, like I was saying the other day, when it comes to us men, you find yourself developing a new level of manhood. You thought that you know everything about being a man. till you start going to other countries and you see how these dudes that ain't got a pot to piss in take care of a full family. And you complain about your one chick with no kids back home and you crying about taking care of her. And you making 70, 60, 70, 80,000 a year. You making $50,000, $40,000 a year. You got one girlfriend and you fussing all day. And then when you go to another country and see that man's level of manhood and he don't make a third of what you make and he take care of a full-fledged family. And they look at him with so much pride. That's our father. That's my husband. And they be having to find his wives. Am I lying? Am I lying? You be seeing these Colombian dudes ain't got no money like you got, but they woman be fine. And they be having their little 2 kids. You start to see and understand another different type of manhood. You start, let me take my manhood to the next level. Maybe I shouldn't fuss so much. Only got one woman and I ain't got a bunch of kids and I'm not making a third of what the average American makes. I need to shut up. Sometimes you go to other countries and they teach you, if anything about your manhood, sometimes it just teach you need to just shut up with your complaining that you was complaining about in the United States or in Canada or in UK. You like, man, I ain't got it that bad. I thought I had it bad. I ain't got it that bad. The next one, number 7, is reduced. We're going to come back over these. Reduced risk of heart attack. Yes. Did you know this? That men, especially, I looked this up, men of color, you have a 3-year chance to live more than 3 years longer outside of the United States just through travel than you would have in the United States. To some of y'all, 3 years ain't much. Tell that to somebody on their deathbed and God tell them, I'm going to give you 3 more years. Oh, you jumping up and down for them 3 years, ain't you? It's easy when you 25, 35, 45. 3 years, I just be 48. That ain't nothing. All right. Say that when you hit 61 and God say, I'm going to give you 3 more years. You go ahead and ride this out because in the United States, you would have passed on at 61, 60. But I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 more years because you took care of yourself and you moved to a blue zone. For those of you that don't know what blue zone is, look it up. Blue zone parts of the world are where people live the longest, eat the healthiest, have the best water and the best food. These areas in the world are called blue zones, where they live the best of the best life without having the most of the most money. You can look it up. There's actually a website for it too, the Blue Zone website. Kid you not. Yeah, I can look that up right now. The blue, he lying. Oh shoot, he ain't lying. Yeah, so your health, how you take care of yourself, you are less likely to get a heart attack when you're vacationing and when you're going to other countries and you're establishing your culture and you're taking care of your physical health, all the things that we talked about. You're doing self-development. You're also increasing physical activity. You are less likely to pass on by heart attack as easily as you would do when you're back home in the United States eating that cuisine. Because number 8 is diet diversity. You get the gift of having something, the gift that keeps on giving, which is good, healthy air, better drinking water, better food, the egg, just everyday breakfast eggs in Colombia. Dude, we go to the grocery store, buy eggs. These eggs are wrapped up. Man, dude, I have yet to go to the grocery store and buy some eggs, and they don't look like they just picked them up from the chicken last night or this morning. I mean, they got feathers on. Am I lying? Anybody that buy eggs in Colombia, first of all, you ain't got to put Colombian eggs or eggs in most countries in the refrigerator. That's a United States thing. Secondly, United States is one of the few countries in the world that bleach their eggs. I don't know why. One of the few countries in the world, they bleach their eggs white. You and I were raised thinking that eggs were white. Yolk is yellow, right? Eggs are white. The yolk is yellow. And then if you have, you pay for go to the health food store, you can get the brown eggs. They didn't tell us that the brown eggs are how eggs supposed to look. That's the real eggs. They didn't tell us the brown eggs got orange yolk, bright orange. I have never in Colombia or in Europe had, when they cracked the egg open, it was white. I mean, it was yellow and it was runny. Nope. In South America, you got to break that yolk because that yolk ain't going to break on its own. Am I lying? Ain't no white eggs, and you ain't got to put the eggs in the refrigerator. You don't, in South America, you just buy your eggs that's in the plastic, wrapped up in the carton, right off the shelf, just like the milk. Just get the milk right off the shelf. Get the eggs right off the shelf. And sometimes they still have the feathers on them. Be like, these eggs cannot be this fresh with feathers still stuck on them. That fresh. Diet diversity. Number 8. Number 9 is self-awareness. You become aware of the good things about you when you travel and some things that need to be improved upon. Like I said, us Americans, we talk loud and we often can be rude and arrogant. You don't realize how arrogant you are until you leave the United States. I'm talking about broke Americans. You know you ain't got a pot to piss in when you get back home. You know you just got a regular wage of $40,000 to $50,000 a year. You ain't doing it like that. But because we go to other countries and their wages or the currency, not wages, but currency is worth less and our dollar is worth more, we walk through that motherfucker like John Travolta through that motherfucker. We just walking through there like we the ones. We throwing money up in the air. You know your bro can't afford to be throwing no money in the air, but you come to Colombia, you get them $2 bills. Let me see if I got one right here. Let me see if I got one of them right here, right here. Oh, yeah, and yet we do. You come to Colombia and you get a $2 bill right here. And you know that Colombian $2 pesos or 2 mil, that's only worth like 34 cents. 50 cents, actually it's 51 cents. You know that's only worth 51 cents. So you go to Medellin and you get a stack of them. And you get to throwing them in the air like you just don't care. Dude, you're only throwing 50 cents a piece. Y'all think y'all doing something. Hey, beautiful, here you go. Don't take the money, mama.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Have fun. She going out dancing with the girls. Tomorrow, my day to hang out with the fellas. So, you have a tendency of just, we have a tendency of being the rude or disrespectful foreigners. There's footage all over TikTok about Americans and Europeans that have acted a dang, UK and Canadians that acted a dang fool in other countries. But there are some things about us that are positive when we go to other countries too. And people really enjoy when we come to their countries as well. There's some good things. In other words, you get a chance to do some self-awareness, some self-expressions. Where do I need to improve upon? Because while you're in America around Americans, you can't tell because we all alike. You can't tell that you talk loud. Why? Because everybody talks loud. We talk loud at the grocery store. We talk loud in classrooms. We were teenagers in school. We talk loud at sporting events. We talk loud in church. Sing, preach, pastor. Pastor, if you don't preach, we talk loud in church. We talk loud in an argument. We laugh loud when we are happy. We are always on loud. Always. Right? We don't notice it. In other words, we don't have a character or we don't have awareness about ourselves until we leave the United States. And that's a benefit of us leaving the United States because we see things about ourselves that we never noticed. We never noticed. I didn't notice about me. I thought I was going to start driving to Colombia and they will be mad at me. I'm going to say this again. We got 72 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too, because we already know when we click that like button.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oprah coming next. Click that like button. Share the live streams on your Facebook. Share it in the Passport Bros app that you guys are downloading tonight. I kid you not. You find out things about yourself that you didn't notice. I thought that I was going to be looking at Colombians like, see, they just driving crazy. This is uncalled for. Come to find out the crazy one was me. Yeah. Who was the loud one jumping out the car? Me. Who was the one that didn't understand? It wasn't even a major fender bender, but I'm putting on the show. Me. Who's the one that's jumping out every time you? All right, guys, I'm back. I had to go on vacation real quick, just like my man JG said. Me, GJ. Had to go on vacation real quick. You know how the router does. We'll be moving soon, and I am so glad because we'll be having better Wi-Fi. I'm so glad. Hopefully, this Wi-Fi is working a little bit better right here. Hope it's not freezing again. Let me see if that works. If that's looking good. Oh, that's freezing too. Oh, that looks bad. That is looking bad, gentlemen. Yeah, I see that I'm freezing. Looks like it's trying to unfreeze. Yeah, this is not good, my friends. Thank you for your patience, guys. Let's see. Looks like it's trying to get better. Looks like it's a little bit. Just a touch of love, a little bit. Oh, that looks bad. Let me see. I'm going to switch it over to the other router again. Let me see if I can do something. Thank you guys for your patience. I'm going to switch over real quick, see if this helps. To switch over one more time. I'll see what happened. I'm going to have to take this. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Take this. Put this here. Okay, now see what happened. The router battery went dead. That's what happened. The router battery died. So give me a second to get this router back on, because now I officially have it plugged up. And then it's like a commercial break. Okay, so let's get this router back on in a second. It's about to turn back on. Once that router turns back on, then I'll be able to switch back over to that one, which is the portable router that I always take with me, the little square one. But the battery died. That's what happened. I was trying to think, what happened? What happened was, let me pour myself something to drink, freshen up my drink. Oh yeah, let's see if I can get this. So I'm going to freeze for a second, guys. Okay, this should be it. This should be it, gentlemen. This is it. Make no mistakes where you are. This should be it. Okay, that's going to get a little better. It's going to take a few moments to get just a little better, but it's better than what it was before. So now that I have the little square router that I always show you guys, I have that plugged up. So now that's what's going on. So now we're looking good. All right. It's going to be a little fuzzy for a split second, but it's going to come back around. All right. There we go. There we go. Much, much better. We're back on track. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for your patience.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful, give yourself
Beautiful
a round of
audience.
applause.
Give
You're so
yourselves a
lovely.
round of applause.
And while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band, Sexual Chocolate. Sexual Chocolate.
Yeah, we were on vacation for a minute, just like my man GJ said. We was on vacation. Now we're back. Yeah, shout out to you guys being here. Appreciate you guys, all 66 that still hung around, all you 72 who left. 72, but we're 66 now. Shout out to you guys. Let's go to these super chats real quick. Oh yeah, let's go to the last part of the list. We just talked about number 8 was dietary, number 9 was self-awareness, number 10, as we talked about before, you live longer in other countries than you do back home in the United States. Medical y'all think I keep playing? Okay. Y'all think United States medical, because you pay so much for it, you think it's the ish. It's not. It isn't. Okay. We have done some amazing things and continue to do some amazing things in the United States as far as medical advancements are concerned. I will give America that. But we forget that a lot of medical advances have happened in other countries as well. We think that we invented everything. That's not necessarily true. There's a lot of medical advancements and inventions in surgeries and things like that. The first one that did a surgery for this or surgery for that have come from other countries also. But we're just talking about today. Today, out of 107 countries, and I can show you guys the list. 104 developed countries. United States in 2024 ranks number 69. I said 70 before, then I looked it up. It's number 69. Number 69. Colombia is number 36. America used to be number 37 for 10 years. So when you come to these other countries like Thailand, thank you, baby. It's a lot better. Thank you very much. When you go to Thailand and other countries, when you go to Germany, I'm telling you, there are countries that have medical programs that are so much better. Just their recovery, just after surgery, their recovery. I'm living proof of Colombia. See, it's one thing to be in a country and you never had a medical emergency or something that you had to do to get surgery. Now, I think about it. Your boy is starting to basically experience everything that Colombia has to offer. I got my driver's license. Check. I've been living here over 5 years. Check. I got my permanent visa. Check. Eligible to get my citizenship within the next year. Check. I've actually got my cellular ID. Check. I got credit rating. I've got 2 credit cards from Colombia. I got bank accounts down here, investments down here in the Colombian stock market. Check. And I had major surgery. Check. So I could basically tell you myself, yes, Colombia being number 36 in the world and America being number 70, I can tell the difference. I can finally confirm, not just by just going to checkups and things like that. I can confirm why other countries quite often, especially Europe, live longer than Americans. So that's the top 10 list. We're going to go back over this list later, but let's go back to the super chat. Shout out to you guys, man. And them Canadian boys once again in the building.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Black Nubian. Shout out to my man. He said, designated driver, homemade lemonade. Oh, man, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Some homemade lemonade. I ain't mad at you. Shout out to my man Kings and Dreams in the building as well.
And you say Shot City?
Oh, I hit the wrong one.
Shot City.
Tony, if you must but point out where I lie.
Uh-oh.
Tony,
I hit
if
the
you
wrong one
must
again.
but point out
There
where
we go. I meant to hit this one. Kings and Dreams. Support black male media. Yes. Yes, that's important because we always supporting black female media. I'm going to tell you something. I noticed this about black men on YouTube in the comment section. Y'all the most unbroke dudes there is. Nobody in the comment section can say that we broke. Man, I see the money that we throw at the Nika Maries, the Crimson Cures, the Six the Goddesses, even to lead attorney. The last thing anybody could ever say that Passport Bros or Brothers in the States are broke. I don't know where they get that myth from. We are not broke. We are not dusty. Just because, I like what one guy said. He said there's not a shortage of good men. It's just that good men don't want them. And so good men walk past them. And so women assume that there's not a good enough good men. No, good men just focus on our business and focus on what we need to focus on. But we don't focus on every woman that walks past us. Fast forward, is we ain't broke like they continue to say that we are. So shout out to all you guys that support black male media like Kings and Dreams, man. Much love, bro. Love you too, brother. And my man Alexis in the building. Shout out to you, brother, with the $2. I appreciate that. $2 love of the game. Shout out to you, brothers. And thank all you guys that joined the Patreon as well as our YouTube membership. And all that is linked to the top of the description in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Let's get started with these videos. I'm going to pull one of these videos up, man. It's crazy. This is a news headline that I'm about to pull up. A news headline. I'm like, goodness gracious. I say, is it that serious in the States? Y'all giving away vacation time like that? But I won't lie. I remember one year I gave back 90 hours of vacation time. Vacation time. I had to have it used by that end of January. Didn't use it. So I know exactly what they mean by Americans not using their vacation time. Let me scroll down a little bit. Let's look at this video.
The United States is the only advanced economy that does not guarantee paid time off.
We have no federal law saying that you have to provide a certain number of vacation days. And you have entire cultures like, France is a good example where pretty much everybody takes August off and it's just part of the culture. You don't really.
We're going to pause right there for a split second. Remember I mentioned that earlier today. United States is the only. You can look this one up. It's the only. I'm talking about, think of the brokest country that you can think of. They got a national paid vacation days. Colombia, the one that y'all so scared of, they got paid vacation days. Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Bolivia, Guatemala, you name it, come on. Other than probably the Arctic and Antarctica in the United States, the only developed countries in the world. Well, actually, since Antarctica and the Arctic aren't developed, the United States stands alone. Our country, 'tis of thee, that we all love so much. We do love our country. But it's just a shame for us to be the most developed country, the richest country, the most innovative country, to sit back and not have paid vacation days for everybody as a federal law. No federal FMLA. FMLA goes by company. It doesn't go by state. There's no state law that says that they have to give you FMLA. There is no federal law that says that they have to give you FMLA or paid vacation. There is no paid vacation when a woman gets pregnant in the United States. We're the only developed country that does not have vacation time for the father or the mother. We're the only ones. I want that to sink in, guys. I really want that part. You'll hear me say a lot if you're watching this show. We are the only ones, and it's sad that we're the only ones and we're supposed to be the top of the heap. And Americans are so stressed out and can't get guaranteed paid vacation days. But you go over to Europe, it's a given. Let's go back to the video.
See that here in the United States.
So when I came to France and I noticed that like vacation is a way of life, people are constantly talking about their vacations. August 15th is actually considered the emptiest day in Paris.
Europeans in general will say, you Americans live to work, we Europeans work to live.
Even though a majority of Americans do have some kind of paid time off, a little less than half actually take all of their available vacation time.
On average, 4 days a year per individual being left on the table as it relates to vacation days.
Something I noticed in America, yeah, we have vacation days, but do people actually go on vacation?
There's a certain fear. We don't have any legal protections, and so people have been fired for taking vacation time.
I'm a workaholic by my very nature, right? One of the things that I used to struggle with early on in my career was I didn't want to leave because I was afraid that people would think I wasn't needed. I was going to lose the air of indispensability, is what they call it.
Pause for a second. I'm a workaholic. I'm a workaholic. I mean, like no sleep. Andre got to come in here. I'm knocked out. Like 3 days later, workaholic. He said by nature. Nobody's a workaholic by nature. Most of us have been programmed or trained to be workaholics over time because we either saw an end goal that's coming up fast or an end goal that was far off. But nobody decided, by nature, I want to put in all these hours like a worker bee until my death. Nobody wants to do that by nature. I want to grind to make somebody else richer than me by nature. By nature, I want to work in this factory and build these cars by nature. I want to put in extra hours driving this truck by nature. I don't have no problem with the captain. I'll be out there at my post for longer hours in the military by nature. You want to be out there in some of those naval ships longer than you need to by nature? No, we've been programmed to do these things. We've been programmed to do these things. And we've been programmed to be, like they just said, we have been programmed, because I know I have or had been programmed to be afraid that if I ask for vacation days on certain days, you know how they do in the United States? Come on, let's not lie. If too many people ask for vacation day during Christmas, we may not get ours. So what do? We put our vacation days in right around September for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Other countries don't have to do that. Why? Because they're protected by federal law. We do ours before everybody else because we know if we do ours later on, like right around November, well, we can't let you go. And if you do call in, you might feel like you're going to get fired that Monday when you show up. That's exactly what they're talking about. This is unhealthy. Once again, tonight's theme, we're celebrating the Passport Bro movement and celebrating the Passport Sisters and all others that take advantage of your vacation days. If you don't, there is a cost, a physical, mental, financial, and an emotional cost for not taking your vacation days. They just said on average, the average American leaves at least 4 days of your 10 days on the table. I don't. Of course, you passport bros. Y'all don't leave no days on the table. You expats, you digital nomads, y'all don't leave no vacation days on the table. So we already know. Y'all calling in sick if you ain't got vacation days. You trying to come over the way if you could go to Cartagena on FMLA. So I already know how we do, but I'm talking about mere mortals with regular vacation days. They leave on average 4 vacation days on the table per year. Let's get back to the video. That's so sad.
Right. And in reality, that doesn't happen.
More workers taking a vacation can help the overall economy. If Americans use the nearly 770 million abandoned vacation days to travel in 2019.
Let that sink in. Oh, don't let that float away. You know me, I rub it in like salt. Let that sink in. 768, almost 770 million vacation hours. Oh, they didn't say hours? Vacation minutes. Oh, they didn't say minutes. 760 million vacation seconds. We are leaving 768 million vacation days on a yearly basis, not just 2019, on the table. And wonder why we're so stressed out.
It could have injected more than $150 billion into the U.S. economy and created 2 million American jobs.
Paid vacations increase productivity, they increase employee well-being. It's also not rocket science. I think most of the evidence suggests that it more than pays for itself.
So why aren't Americans going on vacation? And what can we learn from our European counterparts in France? Europe has taken a different policy approach to paid vacation time than the U.S.
Hi, my name is Fatima, and I'm an American that has been living in Paris for about 6 or 7 years now. In France, you find less of that, hustle culture mentality, but it does exist. I think there's this stereotype that the French are not like hard workers, but in actuality, you're going to find people or industries where it's expected that they stay in late. It's expected that they work on the weekend.
In the European Union, the floor is 20 days of paid vacation. That's on top of other sorts of paid leave, like paid sick leave, paid new parent leave, that sort of thing. And here,
let's pause. Don't let that slide by. This man just said that they get the floor, the bottom. If you just got you a regular McDonald's job in Europe, you getting 20 days out the door. That's just what the government said. They ain't even talk about the vacation your company is going to be giving you. All right. I just wanted to let put that out there.
we have basically nothing.
France provides a minimum of 30 paid vacation days per year. There are also many European countries that have paid holidays, which pushes them past France for most paid days off total. The reason EU workers have these vacation benefits is regulation. The European Union Working Time Directive, which was passed in the early 1990s, requires at least 20 working days of paid vacation in all EU countries. France has gone as far as implementing right to disconnect laws, which regulate after-hour contact between employers and workers in an attempt to protect workers' right to rest.
I think.
Let's pause that for a second. You mean that they have put laws in place that your boss cannot call you, text you, bother you, email you? It's illegal for your boss to be emailing you after hours. If you clocked out like Fred Flintstone and you slid down the dinosaur, Mr. Slate cannot be reaching out to you. Mr. Spacely cannot be reaching out to you. But in the United States, you'll always be receiving emails or somebody reaching out to you or a text message, depending on what position that you're working. She just said that they, in France, they get 30 days of vacation. That's the bottom line. If you work in the Starbucks in France, you get at least 30 days. I was watching a video of a woman in Germany, they get 30 to 40 days. That's the bottom. We don't even have a by law bottom. I'm going to say that again. The United States is the only developed country without 1 second of guaranteed vacation time. That's why we're so developed, because while they're on vacation, we're making money. BS. Americans are broke. Who you think you're talking to? I'm an American. And realize my other YouTube channel is all about politics and finance. So I know how much money most of y'all got in your pockets. Most Americans are still broke from the pandemic. In 2023, starting in September, we had spent up over $2 trillion that was put into our savings account during the time period when we were locked down in the pandemic. We walked out the pandemic with $2 trillion. $2 trillion just in our savings account. By September of 2023, that money was zero. Americans literally went broke in our savings account. The average American. $2 trillion to zero. So when we sit back and try to brag like we got something, don't do that. I'm the last one you want to brag about how much money Americans got. Most of us are broke. There are some of us that are really blessed, but most Americans ain't got it like that. And that's why when they try to call us passport bros dusty, nah, baby, it takes money to do what we do. It takes money to become an expat. It takes money to be a blue book gentleman. It takes money to be a passport king, passport cartel. It takes money. So we ain't dusty. That's the last thing we are. But it's just so sad to see all these other countries that have laws in place, to make sure that you have a stress-free time. And you're not bothered. But they're about to say something else about Europe that's going to surprise you as well. Let's continue on.
The reason why French people take their vacations is because there are really, really strong workers' rights and workers' protections through, the contracts that are set in stone.
France prioritizes leisure time so much that the country established a public agency called the National Agency for Holiday Vouchers, which helps people who may not have the funds to go on vacation.
So,
did y'all hear that? In France, and I know that's not the only country in the world that does this. If you don't have any money, you're a Starbucks worker. And when it's time for people to go on vacation and you ain't got enough money, you're already getting paid vacation time, but you just ain't got enough money, a few trinkets to go on vacation. They give you a vacation voucher to make sure you got money in your pocket. You can't get 1 second of paid vacation time in the United States. I'll say that again. There is no law, no state law, no federal law that says that you're supposed to get FMLA when you get sick and you file for it. There is no law. You can go to the EEOC, do whatever you want to do. You can complain all you want. There is no federal law. There's no state law that says that you should have vacation days paid or your medical days paid. There is no law. 1 second is paid by federal law in the United States. And we're looking at just small France, and France is not a big country. Colombia is not a big country. Peru is not a big country. These countries that aren't even big already have all this stuff implemented. And if you can't afford a vacation, don't worry about it, boo-boo. They got money put to the side for you so you can get paid vacation. And retirement, I believe I'm not mistaken, in Europe right now, we're in France because they were protesting against it. I think it's at 64 right now. It used to be 60. No, it used to be 55. Retirement was 55. Well, you got your Social Security in France. Then they moved it up to 60. I think it's like 61, 62. Now it's up to, I think they were mad because it's up to 64 years old now. Paid vacation. There's benefits. That's why they do this, guys. That's what I'm talking about. If we do not take advantage of vacation, there's a cost to you not taking your vacation time. And I'm not talking about economic. I'm talking about on your body, on your mind, on your spirit, on your family, on the U.S. economy. For those who don't take vacation time, you think you're helping the company, but you are, in the long run, statistically, you are hurting the bottom line of the company that you work for when you don't take your vacation time. You're not saving the company money when you don't. Let's go back to the video.
Everyone knows France is, on vacation in August, which means that come September 1st, that's when everyone returns. And so in France, they have this thing called la rentrée, which basically means everything's back in session. Businesses close for a couple weeks. I'm talking about your local boulangerie, some restaurants, some stores. It really does range. Some offices even say, okay, we're closed for, a week or two. So our employees must take their vacation at this time as well. I do not think that the fact that these businesses or stores close actually affects the quality of life. Because at the end of the day, in France, it's really about this idea of working to live, not living to work.
The U.S. is quite unique. We have no federal law saying that you have to provide, a certain number of vacation days. We have no state laws that say you have to provide a certain number of vacation days to your employees. It doesn't mean that nobody gets paid vacation. It just means that it's up to the employer and the worker.
Nearly 80% of full-time private sector workers in the U.S. have access to some sort of paid time off for leisure. But when you dig into those numbers, there's a huge disparity about which Americans actually get it. Only 43% of leisure and hospitality workers have paid vacation time, while more than 90%.
That means over 57% of those that work in leisure or hospitality. That means that work in hotels, that work maybe for the airlines, I won't say the airlines, but any form of leisure or hospitality, they don't get paid vacations. They get vacation times, but they're not paid. Only 43% get paid.
90% of those in sectors such as manufacturing, financial activities, and information services do. Even if the U.S. did mandate paid vacation time for workers, cultural attitudes may prevent people from actually using it. 46% of U.S. workers say they don't use all of their time off. Nearly half of those employees worry they might fall behind on their work if they take time off, with nearly 20% thinking it could hurt their career growth and 16% saying they fear losing their job. And more than 40% of workers say they feel badly about their colleagues taking on their workload if they were to take time off.
I think in the US, there's this idea that you have to basically fight for your job. Even if you've been in that job for 5-10 years, you're constantly fighting for your place. You're constantly fighting for your right to stay there.
Some Americans also can't afford to take a trip, especially amid rising costs across the board due to inflation. 56% of U.S. adults said they didn't think they could afford to take vacation last year because of inflation. 1 in 3 decided to scale back their vacation instead of skipping it altogether, and the average respondent's budget was around $1,200. More than 35% of the American workforce are freelancers, which means if they take vacation, it's on their dime. Freelancers struggle with work-life balance, with 92% saying they feel pressure to work on vacation. The flexibility of picking their own hours and remote work may counteract the low vacation time. More than half of freelancers that get their work from Fiverr say they travel while working. Taking vacation is generally good for the economy.
In 2022, there were 2 million trips taken, spending almost $840 billion. That really equates to a significant economic contribution to communities across the country. It also supports 7 million American jobs. Pre-pandemic, the U.S. travel industry employed just as many people as the U.S. auto industry. And that's very significant when you look at that comparison and you think about how that economic impact really does affect communities across the country.
Vacation is good for us in many ways, and one of those is health, both physical health and mental health.
Taking vacation time is linked to a lower risk of heart disease as well as increased productivity. It can also promote better mental health and has shown a reduction in stress, depression, and anxiety.
We've found a fairly significant link between people taking time off and people taking advantage of their mental health resources.
Vacation days can help companies manage their operations better. Paid time off for fun gives employees the opportunity to plan ahead and encourages them not to call out sick at the last minute when they want to take time off.
How many times have we done that? You want to take time off. I've had partners that told me, listen, I'm calling in anyway, bruh. After the Super Bowl or after, on that Monday after Thanksgiving, man, I ain't coming in on that Monday, dog. I'm just have to call in. Oh, man, listen, I'm still here in Cartagena. I'm going to have to still call in. We've had to call in because we have no laws to protect us when it comes to vacations or when it comes to time off and time off that we need. No laws. There are no citywide laws, state laws, federal laws. Not one. Senator Bernie Sanders and others, Elizabeth Warren, have been busting their butt trying to get us to have paid vacation time or drop the U.S. work week down to 4 days, working a little bit longer hours, but 4 days, but guaranteeing us a 3 days off per week. Americans are stressed out physically. If you work at an auto plant, come on, guys, picking up those parts. And I know even robotics is out there, things like that, but there's still some of us that in the auto industry and warehousing still have to do physical labor. If you're working in Amazon, all the boxes aren't picked up by forklifts. You're still going to have to pick up some of those items and carry it from point A to point B sometime. Your body is not made for that many years of wear and tear. That's what my point is. Even an NFL football player's career ends after 4 years on average. And at the end of the day, they expect you to do that with your physical hands, your knees, and your joints for 10, 15, 20 years if they can get that out of you. So vacations are very important for your well-being. So if you're not taking vacations or you're not taking your full vacation, I don't know why you're not doing this. This is to encourage you guys, like I said, to give honor and appreciation and the flowers to all you passport bros who are in passport sisters who are using your vacation days. And this is also to encourage you, those of you who are not using it, use your vacation days. And I know you feel threatened if you leave to go because you're like, man, if I use it, man, my boss and them be tripping, dog. I don't know if I could ask for vacation days, man. This that time of year, man, this tax season, man, or this is inventory season. I don't know how they gonna be acting, man. You know how funny style my company is, bruh. The fact that you live in a country where you're afraid to take vacation, and that's what they're saying. A lot of Americans don't take vacation, not because they don't want to, but because they're afraid, or because if they come back from vacation, they're going to feel like they're behind the 8 ball when it comes to their jobs. Especially statistics show that 40+% of Americans don't use vacation days. But right here, I already looked it up, 51% of upper management don't use vacation days. And it's all the way up to the higher up you go, 57% don't use vacation days. The more of a boss that you are, when females be talking about, I'm that boss B, babe, don't say that again. Because being a boss, a true boss, is the most stressful thing that you can be. So all these sisters celebrating being a boss, I don't see how they doing it. I've yet to see a boss that a true boss, or a true manager and true upper management. I ain't never seen them dudes walk around like I'm a boss. Never. Them dudes be stressed the heck out. Why? Because they got CEOs, CFOs, COIs over them and the stockholders over them trying to make sure everything gets taken care of. I'm a boss bee. Okay. Let's go back to the video, guys. I'm going to come to the super chats in a second.
One study found that 11% of workers said they were planning to miss work the day after the Super Bowl, with nearly half of those workers saying they were either going to call in sick the day of or just not show up and not give their job any warning. Vacation.
You know, it's so sad. We just looked that up. We just noticed that part about the Super Bowl, right? You know what Colombia would have done? It would have been a holiday. That Monday would have been a holiday. By law, in Colombia, outside of, I think, one, every holiday must fall on a Monday. So everybody gets a 3-day weekend. Colombia, on averages, on just about every month, gets 1 or 2 or 3 vacation days, except for September and May. Just think about every month, you guarantee at least 1 or 2 3-day vacation. That Monday, remember, every holiday except for one falls on a Monday. So you guaranteed 3-day vacation days, at least twice a month, 6 days off. And Americans will say, well, that's why Colombia ain't got it like we do. Americans are broke. What the heck y'all talking about? I know we're going to get rid of that myth that Americans got money. No, some Americans got money. The rest of us are broke. Let's get it together. Let's get my little measly 100 plus a year, 100 plus a year. If I was in the States, it would be just that, measly. So let's not pretend like America's out there balling. No, we ain't. We doing overtime and double overtime. No other country uses the term overtime, double overtime like Americans do. Take your vacation days, guys. This is very, very important. You will live a lot longer if you only took those days. And if you find yourself working for a company that has you so afraid to take a vacation days, then you need to start slowly but methodically looking for a new company or career to get into.
Can also help workers be more productive. Workers in countries that prioritize vacation more than the US were more likely to work at a faster pace and have better focus.
I think people have a stereotype of France in their mind as this kind of lazy culture, right? But if you look at the employment rate there for prime age workers, so basically 25 through 54, it's higher than in the US. So they have more people working and they're much more productive per hour.
Companies in the US have been experimenting with different PTO packages to encourage employees to take vacation. One policy proposal is unlimited paid time off. While this may sound good in theory, it doesn't always work out in practice. Early adopters reported that employees took less time off than before the policies were implemented. Another policy is mandatory vacation time, where workers are required to take a certain number of days off. This ensures that employees take time to rest at least once a year. Whether or not vacation culture will change in the U.S. is still uncertain.
In the July 31st New York Times 1910, there's a headline that says, how much vacation time does a man need? President Taft says 3 months. This is over a century ago. Why don't we get it?
We're going to end with that particular video. We got one more to look at in a few moments. Let me get to these super chats, but just imagine. I don't think anybody's talking about this in the Passport Bro in travel, circle, how important it is that I don't want to put it how important. What I really want to say is how blessed we are to have taken advantage of vacation days the way that we do, guys. We take it for granted because, we're travelers. We do what we do. We got passport stamps. This is what we do, baby. But I just want to stop it and for us to, to give us our flowers and for us to smell the roses. Not everybody is doing what we're doing. We understand it from the passport perspective. Not everybody's using their passport. I'm just talking about people not even taking advantage of their days that they work for. And we're doing it. So, guys, appreciate the fact that you're a guy with a passport, or ladies, appreciate that you're a person with a passport. And right now you're in Thailand. Right now you're in Brazil. Right now you're in Colombia. Some of you are in Mexico. Some of you are at home, but you're making plans for your next trip coming up. You're like Theo Wolff with the Black Manosphere Conclave. Make sure you get your tickets for the Black Manosphere Conclave in August. I will be one of the speakers. You got quite a few brothers that are coming through. Dennis Sperling is going to be one of the speakers. Theo was going to be one of the speakers teaching the class. So make sure you get your tickets for the Black Manosphere Conclave. They're on sale right now. Remember, today's prices ain't going to be tomorrow's prices, so you might as well get them while the prices are low. And it's September 6th through the 8th. Take some vacation time. That extra vacation time, get down to Houston, September 6th through the 8th. And I'll meet you there. You know, after the party is the after party. But feel happy for yourself. Be proud of yourselves. All you guys that are in other countries right now, or you just leaving another country, you got plans in a few weeks or a few months to go to another, be proud of yourself. To all you guys that are doing like Austin, you're doing like Tailor Made Dreams, you're doing like Flip Flop, you're doing like Chocolate Man. You're doing it like Flyboy Way. You're doing it like James with Kings and Dreams. You are actually taking advantage of going to other locations, depressing, letting it all out, just getting away from American stress, getting away from work in the States, getting away from American people, just getting away from Canadian people, just getting away from the norm and just compressing. You should be proud of yourself. Because even people that got vacation days have been programmed not to have the balls to take advantage of their vacation days. Let's get ready to go back to these super chats real quick. Shout out to you guys once again. Ask Andre the Traveler in the building. The name Traveler says it all. He said, Andre, you are fidgety. He said you are on the fidgety fact daddy. I'll take that title. He said, thanks for bringing high IQ and knowledge to the game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sometimes we having fun. Like last week, we just talking about last episode. We just talking about the sisters in Cartagena. But then there's other times when we need to talk about us men mental health. You got a lot of dudes jumping off cliffs and bridges in the States, fellas. You got a lot of dudes doing self-deletions. Some dudes doing your baby mama is driving you up the wall. Your wife is driving you crazy. Work is getting on your last nerve. And you got a passport in a closet. I'm gonna say something, man. I said I want to go cuss this episode. You're gonna have to get to the point in life where you live life for you. I know you got responsibilities, but your first responsibility in being on this planet is to you. Nothing else stands out. And you can never benefit anybody else. You can't benefit your kids more. You can't benefit your wife, your mother, your dad more than if you benefit yourself first and let that light shine into the lives of the people around you. But if your light is dim and limited, bro, your life is going to be miserable, even though everybody else is going to be so happy that you're their father and their friend. But at the end of the day, guys, we got to make sure that we take care of our physical body and our physical health and our mental health. And the way that you do that is, one of the ways you do that is truly, truly travel. The Passport Bros, shout out to the Passport Bro app, and shout out to my man Black Men's Travel, Aaron, who created travel is therapy. And he's 100% correct. Some of us, we took our boys to Medellin because we knew that he wasn't going to be right in the States. He needed to get away from his ex-girlfriend. Some dudes are going crazy in the States, ready to delete that girl for breaking up with him. All he needs is a passport and a flight ticket. And all that trying to delete that girl back in the States, that's going to wash away. That's going to wash away. But why men are still stuck in the States, We are mentally trapped. What did I say earlier? The comfort zone is a prison. All you do that's comfortable in Philly, all you do that's comfortable in Baltimore, all you brothers that's comfortable in Iowa, in the Dakotas, you're comfortable like Prince in Minnesota, all you do that's comfortable in New Orleans. Comfort, the comfort zone is nothing but a dark prison that does not tell you your release date. The comfort zone never tells you when it's going to release you. You could be in a comfort zone for a couple of months, just like prison. All right, sexy boo. Oh, you looking. Yeah, you take that jacket with you.
Yeah, I was leaving. Do not worry.
Oh, you smelling good, girl.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You want to say hi?
Hi to everyone. And I'm leaving.
All right, bud.
I'm going to pick out Carolina.
Okay, tell her I said hi. Tell everybody I said hi. Okay, Miss Deliciosa. That's how all the girls be looking too. Andrew got some fine friends. I ain't gonna even lie. Her friends fine too. But at the end of the day, guys, okay. I don't need my lips shining on camera. At the end of the day, I'm telling you guys, take advantage of these vacation days. They belong to you. Be this traveler that you always want to be. You were sent to this planet. I'm telling you, life itself, that moment of birth, when we all were born, is considered the miracle. They call it the miracle of life because your butt wasn't supposed to be here anyway. I'm going to say that again. Do you know how many, we all know how many billions of sperm cells are in one ejaculation. Just imagine how many times your dad bust from the time that he was going through puberty and he was learning how to jack it on to the first time he had sex, to when your dad became a player, to when he finally met your mama and got your mama. You know how many times your dad bust and ain't had nobody get pregnant? And then at one time with your mom, and you were the one to get to DNA. You were the one that made it to the egg. Out of billions upon trillions of cells. In other words, those XY chromosomes, you were the one that got them. And for you to be on this planet and not to take advantage of this true gift that we call life, I don't see what the heck y'all doing. That's why I'm so proud of the Passport Bros. I don't care about them chicks that we deal with. So it is. Guys go on vacation, deal with the ladies. Do what you want to do, fellas. I ain't mad at you. Those of us that are adventurous, I ain't mad at us either. Though you passport sisters, y'all need to find your own spots to go to. But I'm still proud that y'all using your passports anyway. I can't give you credit for that. At the end of the day, life is too short, and it was no guarantee that you're supposed to be here. That's why it's called the miracle of life. You were not supposed to be here. I remember they did a calculations of the amount of people that were supposed that would have been born on this planet that didn't make it. I'm not talking about those who were like aborted or miscarriage. I'm talking about based off the amount of sperm cells and ejaculations that the average man has throughout his life. You weren't even supposed to be here at all. It should have been like somebody on his like 10th ejaculation in life, or maybe his 30th time of ejaculation, or masturbate, or whatever. It can't be masturbation, but ejaculation into a woman. But it wasn't. It was your turn to come to this planet. And it was a miracle that you even got here safely through the tunnel of your mother, in the incubation of what she had to go through to get you to this planet, bruh. And then you still around. Statistics show you still shouldn't even been around. I mean, think about it. Not even 100 years ago. I don't sound like I'm babbling, but I'm trying to encourage you guys. Not even 100 years ago, the average lifespan was like under 40. It's like dudes were passing on like Tupac and Biggie, and that was the average age, 24, 26, 23, people passing on. Dude, And little over 100 years ago, we were riding horses and buggies. Think about it. You riding your horse and buggy, and your horse just fart. What the? Oh my Lord! You got to smell horse fart and horse funk for the next 10 miles. Lord, Eloise, we gonna stop feeding you that hay, girl. Goodness gracious, you just ride your horse. See, we make it look smooth on television. They're like, yo, horse got diarrhea. What is it? You ain't got to go through that no more. Less than 100 years later. Take advantage of it. Take advantage that you live in a world where flight exists. Life is going to pass most Americans by. I want to say this again. If you ever want to see the life of America, look up a documentary on bees, just regular worker bees. Look up a documentary on the leafcutter ants, how they work. Look up those type of animals that just nonstop work. And then they die. And we are known in America for just, that's what we do. We work. Statistically, they say the average American dies within 5 to 7 years after retirement. I'll say that again. The average American, soon as your butt retire, average, got your Social Security check and everything, average American, not black, white, male, or female, you die. Worker bees who have been programmed within 5 to 7 years after retirement. And that's why you notice some dudes just keep on working because they scared to retire. Take advantage of your vacation days. We're about to watch another video. We're about to go to these super chats, but we're going to watch another video. I'm telling you guys, I'm so proud of all you guys that are taking your vacation days and you're using it the way that you want to, whatever way that you want to use relaxation. If it's pay for play and it makes you feel relaxed, so be it. If it's salsa dancing, so be it. If you're a dude that like the cliff jump, so be it. If you're a guy that likes, like one brother just sent me, boy, I wish I knew how to do this, but he does it. He's a deep sea diver. And this brother sent me like for a week, he sent me photos and videos of his adventures. I mean, this dude was down there swimming with the tiger sharks, hammerhead sharks, with gigantic stingrays, with all type of tropical fish. This is what he does. And it was an all black diving group, and the captain was black. So it's brothers out there that's out there doing these things. And so I'm so proud of all of us for taking advantage of what so many are afraid to take advantage of. It will amaze you how fearful that how many Americans are fearful of taking advantage of vacation time. You wouldn't think about that. You wouldn't think that vacation time was something to be scared of. Many Americans are afraid to take their vacation time because they think something's going to come down the turnpike. And the United States government and U.S. corporations take advantage of it. U.S. corporations never said you about to lose your job, did they? But all they had to do was just let go of 1 or 2 people, and all of a sudden, all the rest of us got scared. All they had to do was let go of 1 or 2 people and let it seem like it was over vacation time. And all the rest of us got scared. And ever since then, Americans have been so afraid to apply for vacation time too late. So that's why we do it weeks or months in advance. We're scared to talk about if we have a family emergency. We invented calling in sick. Sick. Take your vacation days, dudes. And those of us that do, like I said, I'm proud of y'all, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. All of us that have took vacation days and now it's gotten us in a position where many of us have relocated. Many of us have gone from vacationing in Brazil to living in Brazil. Many of us have gone from vacationing in Thailand to living in Thailand. Vacationing in Germany, living in Germany. Vacationing in Colombia, now living in Colombia. We've taken it a step further. We went on vacation and we ended up going back home, putting together a game plan that took us a couple years to implement, and now we live in these countries. So shout out to all you guys. Wakanda King in the building with the $20. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. He said, active duty Navy here. Shout out to you, brother. And all you military brothers. I love you, brothers. I really do. He said, about to move back to Japan in June. My boy Theo Wolf about to move back to Japan. I ain't mad at you, brother. Listen, we'll be there this year. That's one of the spots that me and Andre get ready to head to. We're going to be in Southeast Asia for a month and a half. Last year was Europe. This year, we're going to be zooming to Thailand and all that other, Vietnam, Japan. We're going to have a ball. So we're going to have a good time. So yeah. He said Japan and the culture is a whole, is a whole vibe. I love your content, brother. I'm glad the fact that you're here, man. And I'm glad to hear your testimony of moving back to Japan, man. Keep us posted. Do not disappear, man. Because there's going to come a time where I want to do an interview with you, because I want to start interviewing brothers on the other side of the world and their experience. Because I'm going to tell you something. Who encouraged me to move to Colombia were dudes that were in Asia. I kid y'all not. When I first started looking to relocate to Colombia, most dudes that were doing videos for Colombia were doing YouTube party videos. I'm going to say that again. The Ace Lives, the Flyboy Ways, the Jabril Passport Heavies, Jabril Passport Heavy, I Am Marwa. They were showing you how to have a good time as a vacationer with nobody doing videos in South America that I knew of that was brothers that were talking about living in South America, relocating to South America. But you brothers that were living in Asia, y'all had it down to a science. So I was watching, I kid you not, when it came to relocating, I was watching more you brothers in Asia and watching y'all clips and see how y'all did it and take my little notes and trying to understand, okay, you do this, okay, then you do that, okay, I got to make sure I take care of this. It was you brothers that were in Asia that helped me when it came to relocating. It wasn't nobody in Colombia that was doing it. It wasn't not one brother that had to think about it. Before Love Crossing Borders, who was talking about those? I'm not saying this in a bragging way, but who was really talking about step by step how to relocate to South America, to Colombia? It wasn't nobody. That's why we did it. Think about it. Now, Andre and I didn't start off doing party videos, did we? We still don't do them that much. But what do we talk about? What apps you need to have when it comes to coming to Colombia? What's the cost of living? How to open up a bank account? What's the real estate like? We talk about all the stuff that I wish somebody was there to talk about for me when I wanted to move to South America and it wasn't nobody around. Now, one person, it was like 1 or 2 white brothers that was doing it, but they were like more like the business development part, like coming here and starting a business in South America. But you brothers that were in Asia, Vietnam, Bali, Thailand, guys that were in Japan, in China, Cambodia, all you guys, I was watching y'all videos because it wasn't nothing going on over here but party videos. I'll show you how to party, which is cool for vacationing, but it wasn't any good for me when it came to relocating. And you guys were doing it. So shout out to all you guys that are out there, man. Kid you not. Shout out to my man Sean in the building. In the building. Mr. Exclamation Point himself. He says, Andre, I have one question. I've been meaning to ask you. He said, I was thinking about moving to either Pereira or Bucaramanga. 2 great cities. 2 great cities. He said, which city is safer, better food, and more things to do? I would personally say, oh man, on the safety side, I would say Both of them are basically the same, even though Bucaramanga is a lot safer because there's a lot more money. If you guys haven't been, most brothers haven't been to Bucaramanga. It is a factory city. A lot of like the who's there? The Toyota dealership is there. I mean, the Toyota manufacturer is there, and the other car manufacturing companies are there. There's money in that city. When you go to that city, every city's got a poor side. Every city, you know, no matter where you go in the world, there's a poor side. But this city, once you get past that little 5-minute ride with poor, ain't nothing but people got money. Money, 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 money. I kid you not. They got money like as if somebody took a part of Bogota, small little part of Bogota, and dropped it right off the edge of Venezuela on the Colombian side. That's what Bucaramanga is. It is a very developed small city. It is really developed, man. So you will not be you would not feel unsafe. I mean, I walked down the street with my cell phone out like it was nothing recording. I mean, it was really, really it's the only city, I can say this, other than Bogota, that, let's put it like this, it's the only smaller city other than Bogota that literally reminded me if I was in the States. If you closed your eyes and you were in a nice, small, developed city, that's what Bucaramanga is like. It's very developed, very developed. I kid you not. Now, but it's isolated. It's like when you fly there, it's basically that's it. Ain't nothing else around it, right? But Pareda, you've got Armenia right next to it. You got Manizales right next to it. So you got 3 major cities that are next to it, and that's safe. It's not a town, but it's just a smaller city. You know how you got Indianapolis and then you got Fort Wayne. You know you got Chicago, but then you got Rowdy Roseville. You got you got Cleveland, but then you've got oh man, what's that city that's outside of Cleveland where LeBron is from? Elkhart. You got Elkhart. You see what I'm saying? It's not a major city, but it's not a town like it's, you know, we know when we're driving through a town. So it's not a small town. Like you got Cleveland, but then you got Columbus, Ohio. You know, Columbus is not that big. You got Columbus that's not that big, but then all of a sudden you got Cincinnati. Or you got Daytona, in other words, which is a small city, small. But then you got Cincinnati. It's something like that. That's how Pareda is. That's so if it were me, if I had the choice, and I know that I would want to be around the best medical, I don't want to be too far away from all the major cities. If I want to fly in and fly out, which you can do in Bucaramanga, I would take, I kid you not, I would take Pareda because, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Andre always teases me when it comes to pronunciation of that city, because it's so close. It's a coffee triangle. It's just like this. Pareda, Armenia right here, Manizales right here. That whole, you got 3 cities, really nice cities, and then you got a nice little town in the middle of it, man. St. Andrews. Man, nobody talks about St. Andrews. You talking about some money? I was telling Andre when we were going through there, I was like, I could live here. And it was so small, but dude, you knew it was money up in there. I kid you not. It's a small town called St. Andrews, right in the middle of that triangle. So you have access to everything, and you're not too far away from Medellin. You're not too far away from Bogota. You're not too far away from Cali. You still have close proximity to those major cities if you want to take advantage of them, to where Bucaramanga is just in its own, bam, it's right there, and it's by itself, and it's a major city, and it's really nice. But then you think like, okay, I gotta fly out to get somewhere. To whereas Pareda, you can get an Uber or a taxi, and you could go to a major city, or at least to one of the other 2 cities. Like I say, all 3 cities of that coffee region. If you're here, then you can get a taxi to go here or to go to the other ones. And it's nice, man. I ain't gonna even lie. All you guys that have never been to the coffee region, to Pareda, Manizales, and Armenia, you are doing yourself a major disservice. some of the most amazing restaurants and some of the most amazing eateries, some of the views that you will see of Colombia. It's crazy. These are the places that Colombians go to college, because these are college towns, and they go on vacation. Kid you not. Monday is a holiday. This weekend is Mother's Day. Monday is a holiday. Remember I say every holiday is on Monday except for one? Colombians, are they going to Cartagena? Or they ain't going to Cartagena? Mm-mm. Colombians, they're leaving the cities, the big cities. They leave in Cali. They leave in Medellin. They leave in Cartagena. Where they going to? Is it Santa Marta? Barranquilla. They're going to Pareda, Armenia, Manizales all weekend. The highways will be packed. Every time it's a holiday in Colombia, they head to the coffee region. They do not head to the coast. The coast is like a once in a lifetime time somebody's getting married, or it's a once in a lifetime, like going to Cartagena for Colombians is like going to Disney for us. They'll do it once or twice in a lifetime. Colombians, they go to the inner part of the country and have a ball, not to the outside where we are. That's why most of the time when you guys go to Cartagena, you probably meet locals. You don't meet foreign Colombians, in other words, from another city. Usually it's locals there that live there when you go to Colombia. I mean, go to Cartagena or Medellin. You'll meet more locals. You will not meet so many Colombians on vacation there, even though some do. Don't get me wrong. But mostly you're going to see locals. You'll see a few Colombians on vacation, but most Colombians go on vacation. They'll park that car up, take all their loud music, get all their drinks, and they go to the interior. So me, I know I'm going long-winded with this answer, but I'm just giving you the breakdown. I would visit Bucaramanga. I would live in Pareda because I got other major cities around me. And then I can also get to the other larger cities. And I just found out this about cities. Here's a bit of trivia. I just found this about this yesterday. I thought Chicago, at least by population, was bigger than Bogota. Did you know Chicago and New York by population is dwarfed? Now I'm not talking about combined. I'm talking about Chicago and or New York, or Miami, Dallas, LA. You name it. I just named off our big boys. DC are all dwarfed in population to Bogota. Did you know this? The only city in the United States, the only two cities, let me put it like this, that's bigger than Bogota, LA, and New York, land-wise. Bogota is humongous. You gotta go, bruh. There is so much to see and do in Bogota. Like I said, if you guys just go to Bogota and just go see the Taj Mahal replica, yeah, that Taj Mahal, that one in Bogota. So I kid you not, man. I always thought, because I looked it up a few years ago before I moved down here, that it was like Chicago, number 21, 22. Then it was Bogota, and then the largest cities in the world were Tokyo, Japan, Mexico City, New York City. New York is like way on the list now, way down on the list. As far as like population and even the size, man, I thought New York was like, ugh. There's cities out there that dwarf New York in the world now. New York is not like at the top like it used to be. It's top as far as like New York. It's the entertainment and yeah, all that stuff. But as far as population and land size, nope. Not even the top 10 in the world now. I'm like, dang, New York ain't in it? Chicago was so far down on the list. I was like, dang. And Bogota was right there in the mix. Bogota was like number 30, 37. Bogota was like it was number 26 as far as population, with 11 plus million, almost 12 million people. And it was number 40 something, 30 something when it came to land mass And the only cities that were in the states that were bigger than that was bigger than Bogota were New York and LA. That's it. So that goes to show you how large Bogota actually is. If Miami can't stand up to it, Detroit, Chicago was way down the list when it came to Bogota as far as land mass is concerned. So yeah, enjoy Colombia, guys. I'm telling you. But yeah, that was me. I know I was long-winded with that answer, but I hope it helped out quite a bit. Shout out to my man in the building. Shout out to you with the $10. Oh my, the wrong one. I'm trying to not hit that one. I was trying not to.
Don't play with me.
Don't play with this man right here. Shout out to Nordine in the building. He said, "Hey, Andre, love crossing borders." He said, "It's been a while since my lunch break." He said, "Bumped into these 3 passport bros, dads." Shout out to you, brother. He said, "And they shook my hand and thanked me for sharing their stories about their son's passports." Shout out to you, Nordine. Shout out to you being here, brother. I was thinking about you the other day too. I was wondering how you were doing, because I know that you were working on getting your CDL and advancing with your truck driving and everything else. So I'm glad that you're doing good, brother. My man Dave says this. He said, "This is why America is, Andre is the GOAT." He said, "A perspective I never noticed because I'm focused on saving to move to South America." Save yourself, black man. Yes, sir. We kind of the reason why I did this particular episode is because, and thanks again, Dave, I just wanted to give flowers to you guys, man. I just wanted to give flowers of praise and appreciation and how proud I am of us, men and women, no matter what race, color, creed, that travel, that really want to relocate, that really want to build new lives. To whereas the number one tool that they use against us back home in our home countries is fear. If they could keep us scared, my favorite book, The Plato's Republic. If you guys get a chance after this live stream, because we're not going to be too long with this one. If you get a chance, man, just look up the animated adaptation on YouTube of Plato's Republic. Plato's Republic is considered my favorite book other than the Bible. My second is Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, about when he was in the prison camps in Germany and how he overcame it by not let them control his attitude. He said, "I can't control anything in this prison camp, but I do have the authority over my attitude." And so, but in Plato's Republic, the book centers around one part where they said that they were sitting around, right? They were sitting around waiting to go to the game, see the Lions eat some people up. This is the Roman Empire, right? They're sitting around like, okay, yeah, what would be like to create the perfect world? And so they said, okay, we'll create our gods, and then we'll create the guardians. The guardians would be like security and military and all that stuff. They would create the upper echelon, and they would create the workers, and the workers would live in darkness. And this is a scenario. And they gave an example, like a worker, like guys chained up facing a wall with a light shining on the wall, the sunlight shining on the wall, but they're facing on the wall their whole lives, right? And this is just an example that they were giving. And they said all they could see in a distance was average people just working and doing what they need to do and just average working, but all they saw were on the wall with the shadow. So they didn't know they didn't know what sound was making what sound. They didn't know if that animal was making that sound or that human was making that sound. All they knew was shadows. Their whole lives, all they saw was shadows. And one day they let one of the guys go free. And he went out towards the light. And he discovered people who was making the sounds as they were walking by, because all they ever saw was shadows. They saw the animals. He tasted food for the first time that wasn't a part of the food they got in the caves. He was so excited. He's on the top of the mountain shadow that they saw. He always saw, and he's yelling to the guys down in the cave. in the book Players Republic. He's yelling to the guys down in the cave how wonderful the world actually is. And he was so far away, all they heard was the same sounds that they were always hearing when they heard the cow going by, when they heard the people going by. They couldn't understand anything that he was saying because all they saw was the shadow of him jumping up and down on the wall, and they didn't even know it was him. That's what it's like to live in the United States, Canada, Australia, UK, in many of these westernized countries. You getting your paper. I ain't mad at you. Get your paper, player. But you chained to a wall facing, and you seeing nothing but the shadows of the rest of the world. The rest of the 96% of the planet does not live in the United States. Let that number hit you. We are 4%. Our little measly 300 plus million people make up only 4% of a planet. How we see things, 4%. The women that you see in the United States, 4%. That sassiness, I miss independent, 4%. I don't need no man, 4%. All them brothers just walk around with their ego, 4%. I'm a womanizer, I'm a player, 4%. You can't tell me nothing. Race. Everything is a race. Black, everything. 4% of the world thinks like that. But we've been locked so long facing the wall and seeing the light of knowledge shining and only seeing shadows of what the real world is like. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. Nothing. 96% of the world drives like Colombians do. I went to Europe, they drive like Colombians. Go to Brazil, they drive like Colombians. Europe, yep, they drive like Colombians. Go to Southeast Asia, same controlled chaos. Go to United States. Are you tailgating me? I can't believe this. Road rage. That's why half of y'all would say, I could never drive in this particular country or that particular. You couldn't. Because we're programmed to think like only 4% of the world. That's it. No more, no less. You guys can look it up, but the U.S. population, we're living on a planet of 9 billion people. 300 million, 350 million people, 4%. We are our opinion. Well, we control all entertainment and all that stuff. Yeah, that's all cool, fine, and dandy. But we still make up when it comes to culture, language, behavior on a day-to-day basis. We're 4%. That's why when women in the United States say, I ain't cooking, I ain't cleaning, you ain't got to. You only 4%, girl. You only make up 4% of the planet. I'm about to head out here with this other 96% of sisters with my passport. I ain't got to listen to what you're talking about. 96% of sisters do not act like women in the United States at all. Yeah, you got a few little, feminists here and there, but they ain't enough nowhere to make a difference in any other country anyway. You know that feminism ain't gonna be hitting Nigeria and other countries anytime too. You ain't gonna send no feminism to the Middle East. Parts of Asia will turn feminism, but not most of them. Them Asian brothers ain't going for that. And down here in South America, you can have a little sprinkle of feminism, but you ain't gonna be having no bunch of feminists running around. Now with these crazy South American dudes down here, they ain't gonna put up for it. You ain't gonna cook. What? All right. You don't cook, my girlfriend will. That's Colombians. That's how Colombian men think. You ain't got to cook. If you don't cook, I got 3 girlfriends other than my wife that cook better than my wife. That's Colombia. So when it comes to mindsets, dudes, travel. Get out the United States and prove us right or prove us wrong. I'll say that again. For all you guys that are watching us and think that we don't know what we're talking about, oh man, y'all just hate us. All you plantation bros and sisters that think Mr. Gilmore property back in the States got the best soil. We love the United States. This is the best soil. Get a passport and prove us wrong. Or be quiet. You could do that too, since you don't know what you're talking about. Let's going down to the next comment. Shout out to my man Timothy Bright in the building once again with the $2. He said, since like rodeo gals plus new code. Man, I forgot to make the new code break. And I got the videos, but I forgot to put it all together. Thanks for reminding me, Timothy. You know what? After this live stream, because it won't be late, I'm going to put together the new code breaks. I got 2 of them. I already got the videos for. Shout out to my man Jay in the building. He said, "I'm going to Bucaramanga because I want to see the statue of Christ like Brazil." That's in Cali. That's here. You went to the wrong city if you want. Bucaramanga has the. Let's go to Bucaramanga. They have the South America's largest statue of Christ. Now that mug is huge. Don't get it twisted. It's huge. But the one that's the statue, like the one in Brazil, is here in Cali. So you got to pick your poison on that one. So if you're looking for Christ the Redeemer, that's here in Cali. It's a little bit smaller, but it's just like the one in Brazil. But let me put up a photo. Statue in Bucaramanga. Let me see if I statue in Bucaramanga. Let's see if I do it this way. Largest statue of Christ in South America. See, y'all wrong. That Christ the Redeemer is not the largest one in South America. It used to be the largest one in South America. Now the largest one in South America is in Colombia. And they finished it. They finished the largest one. It got to be like, it's going to be going on like 8 years ago. Let me pull this up real quick. Show you guys what the statue in Bucaramanga looks like. And it's a big boy. It not Crystal Ray. That's here in Cali. Oh, here we go. The largest statue of Christ in the Americas. There we go. Let me pull this up right here. See if I can get some photos of it. So for us. Okay. Let me put this down and go right here. Thanks for your patience, guys. I'm just trying to get it all in order. Boy, they got some big statues. Goodness gracious. And they dwarfed the Statue of Liberty too. Let me see something. They're making this harder than what it is. And it's right outside of Bucaramanga too. For those who haven't seen it yet, that's another reason why you want to go to Bucaramanga. It is huge, man. Okay, here we go. Let me pull this up on the screen for you guys. You know, we always got to bring receipts on this channel. Here we go. Share, screen share. And there we go. Let me move the comment out the way, Jay. And here we go. Let me move me out the way. Bam. And now let's hit some photos. This is the one that's in Bucaramanga. It is large, the largest one in South America. In all of the Americas, actually. I'm sorry. In all of the Americas, this is the one that's in Bucaramanga. It's humongous. Humongous. There go my man Ace live in the statue of Bucaramanga. Let me see if Ace got a video for it. There we go. He uses his drone on this one. Let's see. Let's go back here. And I'm going to click over so you guys can see the video. To let you guys see what it looks like. Let me scroll back. Now, this is Ace Live.
What's going on,
That's
guys?
the city of
I'm finally
Bucaramanga.
here in
Really nice.
Bucaramanga. To be honest, I just been stuck in the hotel for the past 3 days just editing content, but I'm fine.
See how clean that is? It's clean, bro. It's clean. It is. One thing, you ain't gonna see no potholes through there.
Finally able to step outside and explore the city and show you the energy here. This is an area called Sotomayor. A beautiful location right here. It's an upscale spot, as you can see, beautiful buildings. I think this area is the more developed side of town. Where I'm going right now, I'm actually walking and meet up with one of my boys. He's staying in a hotel nearby. MVP, he's here longer than me, and he tells me it's the city. He feels like it's a cheap city to live, and it's kind of cheap, man, because I'm actually staying in a 5-star hotel, and I'm paying under $100 to stay there. I'll show you that later. Let's see how this neighborhood is. Okay, these are your buses here in the neighborhood. Okay. Totally different. Look like beach buses. Heading to the beach, it has antennas on top. I wonder, is that to serve as for Wi-Fi or something? Yeah, got a little Wi-Fi on there.
Let's get
first
to the
looks
statue
into
part.
Bucaramanga so far. Reminds me of I can't really say this place reminds me of anything just yet. You know what I mean? Literally, this is like my first couple steps into the city. So, but this feels like a downtown, like a smaller downtown area.
Okay, let's get
What's
to the
up?
statue part.
The statue, there was a lot of controversial talk that I think.
So now you got the trolley up there.
That's a plus for me. Oh, dang. Yo, the statue, guys, the biggest statue in Colombia right there. Let's do it. Dang, look at this view. Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here. Just in time, too. My battery is going to die. All right. Well, buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Guys, statue is huge. Now, when they were building this statue, there was a lot of controversial talk that I think they were building this without the help of the locals or something like that. And but as you can see, it has somehow inadvertently attracted people coming here. It's not a lot of people today, but I can guarantee you probably more on the weekend. You have more people coming here. But I do see like families over here enjoying the energy. You got employees. And this statue is huge.
Big boy huffing and puffing.
Much bigger than the one I saw in Cali, Colombia. NASA. Like it's a spaceship. Yeah, what you call it?
Launch pad.
Yeah, the way they have it set up. Oh. There you go, guys. And it has like, in his middle finger, he has like a satellite there. I wonder what the satellite for.
dé prioridad a los adultos mayores, personas con algún tipo de discapacidad y mujeres embarazadas o
Take off.
All right, fair use, fair use, fair use. It is huge. That thing is it's much larger than what it even looks like. That's how big it is. It is huge.
Ah! How many años this building has been here?
6.5
Oh, 6.5.
years.
Okay.
And this statue, the main attraction, is one of the tallest in South America.
Okay,
compared to the one in Brazil, 3 meters smaller.
Oh, just a
Oh,
little
it's a
bit
little
smaller.
bit smaller.
This one
Okay,
is
so it is
27 meters
okay. It is
high. The one
Brazil
in
is the
Brazil
largest
is
one. Okay.
30.1 meters high.
Oh, okay. Because at one time I thought this building was I think during construction they said that this one was going to be a little bit bigger.
Yes, that was the idea, but because it's designed, they had to build the statue. That
a little smaller.
Yeah, it's smaller because they use a crane, and the crane wasn't installed to build it bigger than
Wow.
in Brazil.
They should have put a hat on it. They
They
can
should've
still fix it. Put a hat. Put a little hat, a sombrero.
That wasn't the idea.
They don't want to put that there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
it's a great idea.
6 years, and it's one of the main attractions now in the city of
Bucaramanga. Well, actually, we're located in Florida Blanca.
Okay.
It's one of the.
There's a town outside of Bucaramanga.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from Buca?
Yes, it depends where
You're
you
coming
are
from?
located.
Okay.
Yes,
What
but
else
from
there's to
here,
do
it's
here?
like 15 minutes.
Okay, what else you have here I can do? Hay otro cosas.
Well, at the moment, not only the light show at 6:15.
En la día mañana?
Maybe on holidays we have more attractions. We have people here dancing.
Let's see if we can get more of the
nice little
top
area.
That's the top of it, all the way to the top.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, you shooting time lapse? Okay, you're shooting time lapse over there. Nice. So this is like a compartment right there on the statue's head. I wonder that's what that's for. It's probably like to put the magnetic or something on there.
You know what? Those are lightning rods. See it now. It is strictly diffusing lightning.
Oh, lightning rod. First time outside, it's giving me a clearer picture of what this city is. It's a city full of nature. A lot of things to do nature-wise. The adventure is waiting for us. And it already has started with me losing my cell phone. Yeah, guys, sometimes the adventure is not going to be fun, but it's going to be a ride. There's going to be some challenges and some adversity you're going to have to go through. But I feel like this is a clear indication of something awesome to come. It's 6:15. There's a light show?
Yes.
A Michael Jackson light show. They're going to be.
No. It's with a fountain.
Okay.
With lights and music.
Oh, and 40 minutes.
Nice drone shots. That's Bucaramanga right there. Okay. It's a Vegas light show. So at least we got a chance to check out, see what it looks like. Yeah. Very much so. These are the areas that's why I keep letting brothers know there are areas of Colombia that are still waiting for us to enjoy, to explore. I'm telling you guys. Yeah. He said, I have not watched H's channel in a while. Yeah, some guys haven't. So some guys, and many people are. I think H is over 500,000. I mean, yeah, 500,000. Checking Effect is over 500,000 or getting close there. So if quite a few of the brothers that have been doing it are doing an excellent job. So shout out to those brothers and what they're doing. Let's get back to the super chats. So yes, like I said, I would visit one, but I would actually go to live in the other city, Pareda. He said, I'm going to hit up Bucaramanga because I want to see the statue of Christ like in Brazil. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we got my man in the building, IQS in the building. International Quiet Storm. And as we know, when we see IQS, you already know what that means. That means that we are seeing our men from Machismo TV.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Nothing. Shout out to my brother in the building. Shout out to you. And as he says, I traveled multiple countries in 2023 for work. He said, I kept a black man monitor on my watch. There we go. He said, my doctor and I crushed the numbers, or I said black man, but the BP monitor on his watch. Yep, I got one of those too. He said, in the U.S., my BP was high as 131/94. Ooh. He said, outside the U.S., my BP is 119/78. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, but I won't even lie. My health is a lot better outside the States. I won't even lie. He's 100% correct. Shout out to my man Chad in the building as well. He said that example was mind-blowing, Andre. That hit hard. Yeah, man. Life is a miracle. Take advantage of it. I'm proud of all of us who are traveling. Let me go ahead and go to the next video. And let me see. Is this the next video? Oh, here we go. I know what the next video is going to be. Let me remove this one and bring the next video up. And I'm not even going to talk too much to this one. I'm going to kind of like let her ride in regards to what she's going to be talking about, why Americans aren't taking vacations, and the benefits of taking a vacation, the psychological, physical, emotional, all the other benefits of getting your passport and traveling, going somewhere, skedaddle, scram. Let me pull this video up. Let's see. Make sure I got it. Here we go.
Talking about travel, but what we don't often talk about is how beneficial travel is literally for our brains and for our mental health. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay. I'm a financial therapist and licensed social worker, and I talk about the intersection of money and mental health. It is June, which means we are deep in summer vacation mode. Over the next few videos, I'm going to be talking about how travel can be protective for our mental health, how to save on travel, how to get started travel hacking, and then also answering one of your questions about money and travel. Let's get into today's topic. More than a third of our adult lives are spent working, which means we need to learn how to unwind, unplug, relax, and recharge and reconnect. All of the re's. And a great way to do that is by traveling. In the United States, we have some of the least vacation time allotted. We are ranked at the very bottom of the pile, technically second last globally, of the amount of vacation time that we get.
Just think about that. Y'all caught what she said? She said we are ranked second to the last for the amount of vacation time that we get. This is the stuff that they don't tell us when we're at work back home in the States. We are ranked second to last. We're talking about, let's look at it from this perspective. 190 countries. About 104 to 110 of them are major developed countries, like second, even some third world countries are what's considered third world countries. They have better paid vacation time than we have. Better programs. We're second to last. Our little measly 10 days, everybody, in other words, everybody else in the world is laughing at us. We're number one. Y'all ain't even got no vacation days. We ain't even got no vacation days. We talk about we number one. Okay. Okay.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Okay, let's get back to the video.
Not only that, we are constantly fed this message about productivity and hard work and grinding, which means even though we only get 9 days off, a lot of us are leaving those vacation days, paid time off days on the table. The Pew Research Center recently did a survey asking Americans, why aren't you taking your vacation time? And reasons that people cited included feeling like they didn't really need it, worrying that their colleagues were going to have to take on additional work, and worrying that they fall behind. Ugh. So we have all of this noise telling us, yes, we need this time off, but no, we can't take it, and no, we don't get that much of it. By the end of this video, I hope that you have all of the reasons that you need to plan your next vacation so you can actually take care of your mental health. Travel.
Before she goes any further, I know I said I'm going to go let her ride, but I got to stop every once in a while for fair use purposes. I said earlier that for those that are in upper management, that don't take vacation days is up to 57%. And I looked down at my notes. Actually, it is 57% for upper management. For those that are educated with a bachelor's degree on up, 68% of us with a BA on up do not take vacation, all of your vacation days. 68% of us. And that also includes government workers. So anybody that usually has some type of government job, a lot of times we don't take all of our vacation days, from the military to everyday school teachers to people that work downtown in some of the government offices. Do not take all of their vacation days like they should. 68%. I just wanted to put that out there. We are not a vacation country as much as we say that we are.
Has been found to be protective for our brains in so many different ways. Some people cite the anonymity of being somewhere new as feeling free, as feeling unrestricted, as being able to go from place to place, store to store, site to site, and not feeling like they have to bump into a colleague or friend or family member, and they just get to actually be present. Research has also found that traveling actually fires and creates new neural pathways in our brain. When we commute the same way to work, we have the same meetings, we eat the same lunch, we do the same workout routine every single day, our brains get really, really bored, and travel shakes that up and helps to fire and create new neural pathways because our day-to-days are very different when we're traveling. Not only do we not have that commute and that work stress, but we're also probably eating new foods, sitting at new cafes, walking new walking paths. We're doing all of these new things, and novelty can be really good for our brain.
Before she goes any further with that, I want to also say, when she said that we are not as stressed, we are, certain things are fired off in our brains. I did research and found that our endorphins and our dopamine level increases when we're on vacation, and it flows when we're on vacation, and we ain't got to be popping ecstasy pills in order for this to happen. I did find out about that. But the other thing is, this is why I mentioned, be careful when you fall in love with a woman in another country. I know it sounds like I'm going off the beaten path, but there's a reason why I'm saying this. Be careful when you fall in love with a foreign woman, and ladies, a foreign guy or others. When you're in another country and you plan or you're talking about bringing her back to the States or bringing her back to Canada or UK. Why? The vacation you is different than the at home you. Andre in Colombia is completely different and more stressed out than Andre in the States. I mean, less stressed out than Andre in the States. Andre in the States got to drive through an hour traffic, 45 minutes, 30 minutes of traffic dealing with that madness. Andre in the States got to deal with boss and bosses and boss on top of the boss. Andre in the States got to deal with gossipy coworkers and got to deal with this and that. That's before I get back in my car and drive another 45 minutes to an hour back home. It's stressful. Andre, and I got to walk through the door to Andrea. And she has never seen me in the United States. There's a completely different you guys in the United States than when you bring that woman home. Make sure that if you're going to bring a woman back to the States, that you have the ability to let her know, listen, the me that you see on vacation with all these endorphins and dopamine shooting off in my brain, I'm always smiling, taking photos with a smile on my face. That ain't the only me, boo. I'm completely different when I'm back in the States. So you need to let your lady friends know that, because you are completely different, whether you want to admit that or not. You're a completely different person back in the States. And you know it. You notice it about yourself compared to when you're on vacation. Let's get back to the video.
Taking a break from the consistent stress that is coming at us has been found to be incredibly helpful. Research found that for workers to feel like they can fully unplug, they need 10 consecutive days off. I want you to pause for a minute and just think through, when was the last time I had 10 consecutive days off? If you are like the statistic that I shared at the start of this video, most likely you have not taken 10 consecutive days off, because if you're American, you've probably only taken off 9 days over the course of the entire year. So a great way to think about extending the amount of time that you have off of work, and that means not looking at your email, not checking Slack, not calling your boss while you're on vacation. A great way to think about this is to stack paid time off or stack vacation days in between paid holidays. So
That's
things like stacking some time off after or before Memorial Day, after or before the 4th of July, or after or before Labor Day can be a great way to extend the amount of your vacation time without having to dip into your paid time off bucket. Research.
Now let's pause right there for a second. Like I said, fair use. That's what I did. That's why I was able to come to Colombia like 5 times a year, because while y'all sitting up there trying to eat some dang barbecue on 4th of July or some dang turkey on Thanksgiving or ham on Christmas, I'm out. I'm using my vacation days, and then I'm adding an extra holiday to the back end or the front end of it. I'm gone Memorial Day. I ain't in Colombia no Memorial Day weekend. Let President's Days, I'm out. I'm gone too. I'm adding President Day, and I'm adding maybe 1 or 2 of my 10 vacation days. So now I got 7 left throughout the year. But bruh, I'm kid you not. For like 3 years, that's how I was able to come to Colombia and other countries, about 5-6 trips a year, because I added them to paid holidays. To where y'all sitting up there trying to celebrate and get to the park with the kids. All right, nothing wrong with that. I got you. You got the kids, you got responsibility. But as for me, damn that barbecue, damn that turkey, and Black Friday in the States. Black Friday is around the world, so I can go ahead and get Black Friday deals everywhere. Everywhere. Man, I was gone. I kid you not. Literally how she said do it, that's exactly how I did it. That's why I was here in Colombia all the time. That's why I had this apartment. If I would have did like everybody else, I would have came to Colombia and been paying on an apartment a whole year with all the furniture in here and only been here maybe twice. If I did it like most dudes. But since I put my vacation days, little 10 measly vacation days around the holidays, man, bruh, I was good. I was down here 5, 6. I'm always in my own apartment at that time period. I was always here. Always. Plus, I live in Florida, so it's only a hop, skip, and a jump. Oh, yeah. Let's get back to the video.
also shows that time outdoors can help to process trauma. The thing here is we have to be outdoors in nature, not outdoors in a cement jungle. I personally love traveling to cement jungles, aka cities, but I also try to make it a point to get out in nature, even if it is going to a city park or sitting down at the riverfront. That can be really helpful in processing trauma and helping to ground our nervous systems. People also say that there is a sense of accomplishment from planning travel, getting to your hotel or getting to your vacation rental, making it on your planes, trains, and automobiles, arriving at the restaurant that you made a reservation for. There can be a sense of accomplishment there. And we know, if you haven't watched my video on brain chemicals when we spend, that a sense of accomplishment is also associated with the chemical release of endorphins. So you can watch that video on why you might be spending and why it might be hard for you to stop. But being able to check things off of your list and do new things is a great way to kind of stimulate that endorphin rush too. Traveling also helps you to kind of strengthen your muscles around problem solving and resiliency. I don't know about you, but I find that when I travel, there's a lot of type B humor. Type B humor being the humor that is funny after the fact, but not necessarily in the moment. You know these scenarios. These are the ones where you accidentally go to the wrong train station, or you didn't really account for a time zone change, or you made a reservation at a restaurant with a very similar name, except that the restaurant that you want to be at is on the other side of the city that you're currently in, right? Being able to kind of laugh at those things, roll with the punches, and be able to have some resilience can all be a great way to show yourself that you have the capacity to persevere through some of those challenges. Compassion is another big thing that is cited when we talk about travel, and compassion with ourselves and with greater humanity, meaning when we go somewhere new that seems foreign to us, we can often find threads of similarities in the culture or the people that we are visiting. We can look at some of the things like the foods they eat, the clothes they wear, or seeing how big milestone things are celebrated. We can kind of get that common thread and go, oh my gosh, we do something like that at home, or I've experienced something like that, and it helps us to feel connected to people on that level. Similarly, a tenet of self-compassion is that we can see that other people also struggle. I know this sounds weird to be like, oh, notice when somebody else is struggling, but what it does is it helps us to not feel so alone in our suffering. When we can see that other people are experiencing pain or hardship, particularly when we are traveling, we know that we are not alone in feeling some of those same feelings.
Let's pause right there for a second. She's absolutely correct. When you are traveling, and you travel as much as many of us do, you start to realize that people are people. You start to realize that the pay-for-play girl, she got bills to pay too. She's got grandma to get medication for real in real life. She's got a son or a daughter. You start to realize that there are people that get up in the morning in these countries at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and they've got rush hour traffic too. You start to realize that they've got to stand in line to go pay a bill, or they have complications with their Wi-Fi, just like we do in the States when it comes to certain things. That's one thing that travel does. It shows you what's different about the world, but it also introduces you to certain things that all of us deal with no matter where we live. And so it makes you feel like we're not the only ones, and that we are more relatable to other countries than we imagine. Let's go back to the video.
Speaking of compassion, the next thing that comes up a lot is gratitude. When we travel, we can often have this two-way gratitude happen, meaning we can have gratitude for the things that we are experiencing when we are traveling, and we can also have gratitude for the way things are at home. And this can be in the moment, like, oh, I'm so thankful that wherever I live or wherever I come from, we have X, Y, and Z, or we don't have X, Y, and Z. And it can also be once you get home to have that sense of like, oh, I love being in my own bed. My couch feels so warm and welcoming. So there can be this two-way gratitude that can happen when we travel. Ways to kind of amp up the mental health benefits of travel is to actually plan and anticipate your trip. Research has found that people who anticipate a trip, they think about where they're going to eat. They look at maps of the city streets that they're going to be visiting. They think about the clothes that they're going to wear, the bag they're going to pack. They think through all of those things. Actually actually have a better return on the investment of that trip. So being able to anticipate what life will be like on that trip gives you the little mental health benefits leading up to that trip. And it means that when you're actually in the moment on that trip, because you've already thought through it, there's this sense of familiarity, this sense of comfort that can also be really beneficial for our mental health. Also, when we travel, it helps to create memories and nostalgia. Research shows that to really solidify memories, we want to have as many senses as possible stimulated. And when we're traveling, it's really easy to be able to have all 5 of those senses stimulated, right? You're seeing new things, you're hearing new things, smelling new things, tasting new things, and touching new things, which means those memories can be more visceral and they can feel literally in our bodies more powerful, so that when we get home, we can have that nice, cozy memory of a trip that we just took, and it can be really, really great. Now, I just shared all of the amazing mental health benefits of travel, but I do want to note that not everybody can travel, nor should everybody travel to every single place. In particular, if you have a lot of high anxiety, travel could be really stressful for you. If you are visibly marginalized, you might want to take stock of different travel advisories. For example, if you are queer, you might not want to go to places that are not queer friendly. So we want to be cognizant of some of the actual mental health strains or stressors that could come from travel. In particular, if you struggle with anxiety, 3 things might be really challenging for you when you travel. Things like interacting with others, feeling disoriented, especially when you're trying to find your way or navigate through a new place, and feeling out of control. If you experience any of those things, it might be helpful to have a travel buddy or to maybe revisit a place that you've gone to many times so you can still get some of the brain benefits without that overwhelming anxiety. If it is not safe for you to travel for any number of reasons, or financially you're just not in a place where travel is accessible to you, you can still find ways to cultivate some of the beautiful mental health benefits of travel by staying at home. Bear with me. Remember when I said that going to new places and trying new things helps to fire off new neural pathways? Well, you can do that literally in your own home and in your own routine.
Before she goes any further, deeper off into that, she's absolutely correct in regards to the mental benefits of traveling. And I would say, even for those of us that relocated, I got this apartment for mental reasons. I'm gonna say that again, not because I was mental, but because it was it was one of the motivating tools to help me solidify that I was relocating. It's one thing to sit back and say, well, I'm moving to Brazil. It's another thing to find you a great deal on an apartment while on one of your trips in Brazil, and you have a choice. I know I'm not moving to Brazil for 2 more years, but I can't pass up the deal on this apartment. And it helps solidify the fact I'm moving to Brazil. Or whether it be in Thailand, you find an apartment that's like $300, $400, $500 a month. Let's say $300 a month. You're like, man, that's my Jordan money. $300 a month, and I can have me a place in Thailand where I want to move to anyway, but I won't be moving there for another 2 years. Get it. I'm going to say this to you again, guys. A lot of the things that's going to solidify your relocating to another country is the things that you do before you relocate to that other country. Once again, I had this apartment 2 years before I even moved here. Before I fully moved here on November 26, 2019. Why? It was a mental motivator. A mental motivator. I'm one of those guys, I will walk into a neighborhood to say, I'm going to live in one of these houses one day. I will go get a realtor to show me around these type of houses. I kid you not, I used to do that in the States. I get a realtor and I walk around these expensive, and they'll show me these expensive homes and so forth. And the next thing you know, I got one of them. Why? Mental motivation. And when you come to another country, if you can afford it, get you a spot in that country. Don't have to get an expensive one, but get you a spot. It helps solidify mentally, I am really going to relocate to that country. I'm not just talking about it, I'm being about it even a couple of years before it becomes solidified or official that I move to that particular city or particular country. So I'm telling you, she's absolutely correct. A lot of this stuff that we do as passport bros and blue book gentlemen and enlightened men, I kid you not, bruh, a lot of it is mental. And that's why I'm so proud of us, because mentally we ain't scared to travel, where everybody else is still sitting up there complaining about life in the United States, but they're not even going anywhere to release some of that stressful, at least for a week or two. Let's go back to the video.
Instead of having the exact same coffee every morning, the exact same lunch, walking your dog in the exact same way, mix it up. Order your coffee from a cafe, take your dog on a new walking path. If you commute to work, take a different route. All of those things can help to reorganize the brain and help to fire up some new neural pathways that have been associated with the positive benefits of travel. Similarly, you can kind of create a hotel or vacation-like space in your home. That could be taking a look at your bedroom and maybe picking out new throw pillows, blankets, or a new seating area to make it cozy and comfortable. Soft colors, soft blues, and soft greens are often associated with calm, nature-like feelings, so you might want to consider what types of colors you're using in spaces that are meant to relax you. If you love your bathroom, maybe you can get some new candles to help cozify your bathroom space and make it a little bit more spa-like. But there are things that you can do at home to help create this sense of unplugging and regenerating and reconnecting with yourself, even if you don't ever leave your home. Also, you can watch travel documentaries or movies about different cities. When I travel, I like to watch films that were shot in the city that I'm going to. For example, when I went to Bruges, I of course had to watch In Bruges. As I get ready to go to Copenhagen, you know I had to watch Another Round. There are different things that we can do to help us to kind of place ourselves in new places. And even if you're not going somewhere, listening to somebody speak a different language, use an accent that isn't familiar to you, eat foods that you might not know about, that can also help to cultivate this sense of wonder. And if you're not a movie person, that's okay. There are so many amazing travel style podcasts that can help kind of take you on a journey, even if you never leave your home. Now that I've got you all excited about how travel is so good for your mental health, we want to make sure that you can actually afford to do it. In the next video,
she's basically done. She was talking about in the next video, she's going to be talking about the putting together your budget. But after I got motivated by watching How to Live in Another Country, by watching the guys in Europe, the brothers in Europe, the brothers in Asia, Southeast Asia. Like I said, there was nobody in Colombia doing any videos. And the other thing that helped me out with my decision about Colombia was Richard's World. Shout out to Richard's World. I know some of you guys remember Richard's World. I don't know if he's still doing his YouTube. Richard's World was a brother that walked around the world. Literally, this brother would land in the city, set his camera up. I don't know where he used to keep his camera on his chest or whatever, and walk. He would walk through neighborhoods, walk through beaches, Nobody was doing that in Colombia but Richard. I wanted to see what a Colombian neighbor, everybody was showing me parquilleras. I'm like, I don't want this. I've seen 15 parquilleras videos. This is like in 2017. I don't want to see another parquilleras video. I want to see what Medellin looks like. Ace was showing parquilleras area, El Poblado area, but nobody was showing me regular, everyday Colombian neighborhood apartments, complexes, homes, nothing until Rich's World. I kid you not. I was researching on YouTube. Is anybody doing any videos on Medellin? Everybody's doing El Poblado, this club section, party. Nobody was doing videos on the community. Richard was the only one I found. And it was the first time I sat up there for hours, binge watching a dude's videos of him walking through Laureles, Envigado. And I'm looking like, that's what their houses look. Oh, that's what those apartments are nice. Oh, I see they're clean right there. Oh, look at those hedges. They've taken care of the hedges. Okay. Oh, wow, that looks better than some parts of the States. Well, I'm wowed at a dude that did a YouTube channel and still does it. No matter where he goes, he says very little. He'll say something every once in a while, but all he does is just walk. And his views are crazy. What's my point? there are people like me and like her that do live through people's cameras. Other people's cameras. So one of the things that I plan on doing with Cali, I talked about this last year. I'm thinking about doing this for the membership and for Patreon. Start doing Cali ride-throughs. I got a truck. All I gotta do is just set my cell phone up and point and just have a conversation with you guys while driving through Cali, Colombia. And if you guys say, "Hey Dre, could you stop over there or pull over here?" Now I can let you guys see actually parts of Cali that most guys will not see anyway. And I could drive you through the hood and be like, "See, this is where you don't want to be, bro. you see these houses? See, that's why you ain't coming through here, bro." And so I've been thinking about doing that because it's so easy, and it's only like I'll do that for maybe like 40 minutes to an hour, just letting you guys see Cali, Colombia, the real Cali, not just the clubs and the party scene and da. That's cool. All that is cool, but I was so hungry forward to see what real Medellin looked like. And even Passport Heavy Jabril, he didn't have any photos or videos of the real Medellin when he was there. I just needed somebody to show me the neighborhood. I did that in UK. I got a video that I'm dropping on Patreon in a couple weeks. It's just me walking through the neighborhoods that they never show this on television. In London, they never show you UK. It's always something touristy. I'm like, I want to see just regular, everyday neighborhood if I was living in UK. Give it to me. And that's what I made sure that I recorded, because I remember when Rich's World did that for me. I kid you not. So she's absolutely correct that there are people that live vicariously. There are YouTubers. Like, for example, one of my favorite YouTube videos was that I was binge watching, man. This dude does this live. Drive the train ride through Switzerland. All this dude did was get on the train, hook his camera up, his little mini camera, to the back window of the train. So, dude, I'm talking about he's doing it live for like 4 hours. And I'm telling you, he's got 500, 600, 700 people just watching him ride through Switzerland with his camera facing the back of the train and just riding. Just riding. That's it. He ain't said nothing. You don't see no people. You don't hear no people. All you see is you just hear click, 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 click of the train on the tracks and the little turns that the train is. And it's so beautiful, and people enjoy stuff like that. So she's right. There are people that don't have to go on vacation, they can't afford to go on vacation, but they do little mini vacations, psychological vacations, by following your content. So why did I say that? Some of you YouTubers need to get the hell out the clubs, man. You're missing you got all the club audience that you're gonna get. I'll say that again. You got all the dang club audience you gonna get. You need to start. If you in Medellin, why aren't y'all showing people Medellin? Why aren't y'all showing people Medellin? I want to say that again. Why aren't you? Y'all know I ain't showing Cali because I don't want you here. So y'all ain't got to come with excuse. Well, Andre, why aren't you showing Cali? Because I don't want you here. That's why it goes to Patreon and to the YouTube membership. I'll show y'all. But why aren't all you dudes that are Medellin YouTubers showing Medellin? I'm not talking about this, the Medellin hookup. I'm not talking about the busy streets. I'm not talking about the club. I'm talking about y'all need to go down with a camera like Richard World and show us everyday Medellin. If I was to rent an apartment in Medellin, what would those apartment buildings look like? Because ain't nobody doing it. The closest that you have is Life with David, but David's in Mexico now, filming a television show. All we want to see, some people just want to see simplicity. Some YouTubers are blowing up because of simplicity. They're keeping their content simple. And I needed that so much when it was time for me to come to Medellin for my first trip. And nobody had any footage except for Rich's World. He was the only one that had walking through La Laureles. I remember that. It was a beautiful video. He was just walking. He don't say nothing. He just walks for you. And you just walking through Lorella's. You just looking like, oh wow, wow. And he turns the corner. He lets you see the corner stores. And he'll walk into a store and he'll come out and he'll keep on walking. And you like, and this was in 2017. Richard was doing before a lot of people was thinking about doing that. Now you got other people that try to do it, but Richard's been doing it a lot. He's been around the world doing it. The exact same process. You just look up Richard's World Channel and you just ride with him. Right, he'll be on the beaches. He's been so many Caribbean islands. He's been throughout Europe. All he does is walk. And in every country that we've gone to, in every city, I do at least 1 to 2 20 to 30 minute walking videos. Because I know what it's like to want to see the real city, like as if I lived there, and not that party stuff all the time. The party stuff is cool, but that's not the Medellin is not a city of nightclubs only. But if you let most YouTubers sell, you'll never see Medellin, dude, unless you go there. But shout out to all you guys that put out content to let us see other than just the party side. Shout out to you guys. I'm about to end this live stream, guys. We're about to wrap this one up. We're going to be here at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Actually, 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at 12. We're going to do a video. We got a video coming up in regards to the topic is a reaction video with Austin Holloman and Paola regarding Colombians protesting on behalf of foreigners. Is this true? Colombians in Medellin protesting on behalf of foreigners who have been drugged. We're going to talk about that on the live stream tomorrow. And we're going to have the new drop. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be working on that tonight. That's another ring. Shout out to my man, Passport Mastery in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you being here. Glad you're here with the $5.99, with the $4.99 in the building. Shout out to you guys. So I'm going to let you guys get some rest, chill, while I create this video, the new video for the drop. I'm dipping. Shout out to Twan being in the building as well. Shout out to you. We got 73 people. As we head out, make sure you guys click that like button. I like you. Make sure that you like us too. Let me get ready. Head on up out of here. The rodeo girls. Do I? Wait a minute. Let me see if I got the rodeo girl. No, I don't have. No, I didn't. Ooh. I did the rodeo girls, and we got a copyright strike on that one. So I was like, yeah, I might not want to do the rodeo girls again. I might not do that one again. We got a copyright strike on that one. Now we got and I had to file an appeal on it because I edited the way YouTube said edited, and then we still got a strike on it. So now I've got to wait until next Friday for our appeal to be approved. Because this is how YouTube works, right? If you get 3 copyright strikes in 90 days, if you get 3 copyright strikes in 90 days, now there's one thing for them to give you a copyright warning. That doesn't matter. That's cool. But if you get a copyright strike and you know you got it, they send you an email and everything. It's not just going to show up on your channel. You're going to see it on your channel, but you're going to also get an email telling you, hey, you got you a strike, dog. Now you want to appeal it? What you want to do? If you get 3 in 90 days, they could take your channel and any other channel that's up under that email. We got 6 to 7 channels up under one email, which is stupid of us. We didn't know this before. 6 or 7 channels up under one email. So if we get 3 copyright strikes on one of our channels, they can take your all your channels away from you. But if you appeal the copyright strike, this is how it works, because copyright strike is something that's like federal. You know, that's federal court. So they say this: the person who said that you took their content, the cowgirl people, and this was on TikTok, and I had edited, I did it just like YouTube said do it when it comes to editing and revamping content. And YouTube will always say, that person has 10 days to file a federal case against you regarding this. They have to take their paperwork, take their money, and they have to file a case because you filed an appeal saying that's BS. If they don't file that appeal in 10 days, which rarely ever happens, because the average YouTuber doesn't know where to file, got to hire an attorney and all this just for a few minutes of content, your video was put back and the copyright strike is removed. So we've got until like next Friday will be our day with that one strike. But remember that, guys, if you get 3 copyright strikes in 90 days, and there are people that get it, because especially reaction videos, when you're reacting to somebody's video, they get strikes real easy. So that's why you want to be careful when it comes to reacting to people's videos. And that's why you see me stop the video every once in a while, talk, and then go back to conversing. That's the reason why. But tomorrow we're going to do at 12 o'clock. Actually, at 11:30, I might come in at 11:30, and we're going to do the reaction to Paola and Austin Holloman. I'll see you guys mañana. He said, "What other channels you have?" He said, "I didn't know that." Actually, let me do this because I could make this a lot easier. I could just give you guys our link tree because it has all our channels right there. Give you guys our link tree. And I should have had in the comment section of the video. Wait a minute. I do have the link tree. I put out. Okay, let me see. Let me grab our link tree real quick. Because, yeah, we do have several channels. And the funny part is our other channels have nothing to do with this channel. It has nothing to do with this channel. That's probably the funniest part. Right here. Can I get? Okay, we got that. We got that. Okay. I'm trying to pull our link tree up real quick for you guys. They are making it a little difficult. And we got a nice link tree too. We got a nice link tree. We don't have our link tree is not boring. Like a lot of times you see somebody's link tree, you be like, All right, we got a nice link tree. I can sit back and say that. Let me see if I can pull it up from here and put it in the description. And you can just click on the link and it'll take you directly to the channel too. And that's the cool part also. Let me see if I can get that right there. There we go. Mostly Money Media. Our link tree. Let me pull it up right here. Right here, real quick. I know we're about to head out, but I'm going to pull this up real quick for us, guys. Screen share and link tree. This is our link tree, guys. Make sure you guys can see that. Turn that off. And turn that one off too. So this is our link tree. And you scroll down and you click on this and it'll connect you to Mostly Money Media. That's us. And our contacts. If you want to reach out to us for consultations, any questions, it'll connect you directly to email us. Bada bing, bada boom. Just click on this. It'll hit you up. Join us on the Patreon. You click on this. You could automatically join the Patreon. Right here is one of our first channels, Travel Unraveled. Right now, our Travel Unravel is almost at 2,700. It's our latest channel. You got, of course, Love Crossing Borders. You just click that to take you directly to Love Crossing Borders. See how it does that? Just take you directly to Love Crossing Borders. Same thing right here with Andrea Wallace TV. For those that haven't subscribed to Andrea's TV, I'm going to drop this link tree in the description. And so those of you that follow Andrea Wallace TV, you guys will be able to join that. And then right here on our link tree, you have Mostly Money, our political channel. We've got like 127,000 subscribers. And then you can reach out to us, DM us on Instagram, of course. You see, I put that in the middle. That was kind of smooth. And then you've got our clothing line that we're going to be starting. I actually started. I might as well show you guys the video real quick since you guys are here. I wasn't going to share the video. I really wasn't going to wait, but I can at least share the video with you guys. But yeah, we finally got our clothing brand launch. Our t-shirt brand launch. It's not connected to YouTube yet, but we're waiting for that to be done because YouTube take like 2 or 3 days to connect. But we did shoot the commercial, get all that editing done, and so you guys get a chance to see what some of our clothing is going to be. We're going to have a little bit more, but the video is uploading right now. But that's our link tree. So that's all that we have in there. Once again, we've got Instagram, we've got Mostly Money, we've got Andrea Wallace TV, we've got Love Crossing Borders, we've got Travel Unravel. I got a couple more political channels. I just didn't put them on here. And we got the Patreon, and we've got if you want to contact us by email, you just click on that and it'll take you directly to it. We're going to have this in the description of every video, as well as in the comment section, at the top of the comment section of our videos from now on. So you'll have access to that. And now I'm going to show you guys the world premiere of our clothing line video. So that's the world premiere of our video. And then you go into the link tree and it'll take you directly to, you just click on it. It'll take you directly to the brand. It'll take you to our Crossing Borders store. And so you'll be able to buy all the attire. You got the mugs, you got the shirts. Let's go to just the apparel. So we got the drizzle, we got the monk modes, we got the passport stamp collectors. I just ordered, this case, I ordered all my shirts already, so mine will be coming through. We got Life is Short, Time to Travel. This is a good one. We try to make sure that they're comfortable material. We got global travelers. We got Passport Bros are everywhere. So you just click on that. And that's the Passport Bros are everywhere, even outer space. Nobody's a greater Passport Bro than an astronaut. He's definitely been around the world. So that's our passport. If we can have a logo, or if we can have a representative for the Passport Bro, in my eyes, it would be an astronaut, because astronauts have been around, technically, around the world. So those are the designs. I wasn't even going to show this today. And then we got the Drizzle shirts. Come on, I couldn't let you down on that one. So we got those. So like I said, you click the link, or we're going to have all this in the description of the videos. But I was going to showcase all this tomorrow, but well, I guess today technically is tomorrow. So, but shout out to you guys. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know, guys, what you guys think. He said that Drizzle shirt is fiery. All right, it's fury. Shout out to you. He said, I'm about to watch an episode of BMF before going to bed. Shout out to you. He said, hope I'll sleep ahead then. I'll be asleep ahead then. Peace. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in a moment, in a few hours. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Chaos Rings. I might have to check out Chaos, see what check out if he got a show. Usually I get his emails. He said, I'm about to start a night shift in 50 minutes. He said, I'll be watching the live. All right, Chaos. Oh, did you drop the link? Did Chaos drop the link? Oh, yeah, I ordered my Drizzle shirt too. You better believe I got that one. Yeah, I just ordered mine. That one was hot. I was trying to come up with a good logo. I was like, you know what? That astronaut. I said, if I come with that astronaut in black and red with the red umbrella, yeah. And the stars are like women circling around him. Oh, yeah. I had to come with it. All right, guys, we're out of here. Let's get this video. Get this video going. Let's do this one.
I said, yeah, yeah. Like it or love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, then you bugging. Damn fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck. Up the budget, cashing it in, damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it. Her name ain't Mega, but yeah, she a stallion. The way that we dressin' ran out of Italian. New chain bustin', beat the medallion. Pour your own troubles out by the gallon. Her name ain't Lotta, but she from the south. Her name ain't Ruby, she got a big mouth. Putting it in, she sticking it out. Putting it in, she sticking it out. She like salsa, one in a hole, just like a golfer. If you ain't leeching, what can you offer? Ain't got it, they just be talking. Ain't got it, they just be talking. They gon' tell you what you wanna hear. Yeah, put you in a nice pair. Best if you don't listen. All this shit from me, I'm making her wet. It's double line, you know we the set. They know we up next, that's why they upset. Diamonds on me, you know it's baguettes. Ballin' so hot, man, I need me a rap. If you ain't on time, then you can't left. Can't live in the past, ain't got no regrets. Ain't looking for love, just when we like it or love it, still gotta respect it. How you in first, but you coming in second. They watching your next, so you gotta protect it. Running it up and we breaking the records. You gave us your last, you should've just kept it. Eyes on me as soon as I step in. The eye on me, you know what I'm reppin'. It's eyes, so yeah, you know what we dressing. Our blessings is coming, they know that we destined. Like it or love it, they know how we coming. Just send us the budget, send us the budget. She wanna suck in my hands on weed, she tell me don't touch it. What you doing? We bringing them vibes, they know we don't force it. Tell them don't rush us. Don't rush us at all. Hate us or love us, it really don't matter. Ain't holding no grudges. Like it or love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, then you bugging. Damn fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck, up the budget, cashing it in. Damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it. She want me to touch it, I'm making her cream. Like she a Russian, she for the team. She bring her cousins, I'm bringing my brothers. Now it's the scene, and we all for being. Like it or love it, I had just dub it. Ain't no in between, no in between. She for the streets, feeling so geek. She for the streets, feeling so geek. Like it or love it, they know how we coming. Just send us